And now on Who's Views, it's time to join JT, Paul, and Third Doctor Ian for the latest headlines.
We're back. Hello, Who viewers. How are you? It's Sunday, the 1st of March, 2026. Happy St. David's Day to all our Welsh viewers. Happy St. David's Day. I should have asked Bedwyr actually how to say that in Welsh, but I didn't. So happy St. David's Day. I feel totally ignorant now. Never mind. Good to see you all. Welcome to the show. It's your big show. It's headlines here on Who's Views. How the devil are you? It's good to see you. Have you heard? Well, those HBO rumours we've all been talking about over the past God knows how many weeks seem to be gaining momentum. Could there be any truth in the rumour? We're going to be looking at that in just a few minutes. So come into the chat and get ready. Also, would you like salt with that? Yes, Lindsay Salt has been talking Doctor Who. And we're going to be looking at that in this show as well. And, well, get your musical caps on, everybody, because we've got some I'm very excited about it. We've got some music news coming for you as well at the top of the show. Good to see you all. Let's get into it. Let's bring them on. I've got Third Doctor Ian and I've got Paul with me as ever. Gentlemen, are you in the mood for some lovely,
Hello,
exciting
Yakida.
Is that what you say?
I've no idea. I've probably insulted all our Welsh viewers, but yeah.
Well, what would you know? You're Scottish.
Exactly. Well, people often do okay, the new one. It's our turn to do something. It's my turn to get my own back now, yeah. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, goodness me. It's really good to see everybody in the chat coming in with us. Hello, everybody. It's nice to see you. Yeah, we've just done, guys. I don't know if you managed to grab this, but an hour ago, I was talking to our very own Bedwyr here on the chat.
It was lovely to see him back.
Yes, he looked fresh and happy and celebrating all things daffodilly today.
As you do.
Dragony for Welsh Wales. But yeah, we did a visitations with him, Who viewers. A lot of you would have seen that. And he was at the BFI yesterday to review to look at the new version, new version of Warriors of the Deep with all the new CGI Merker and stuff like that. Yeah. And he went to the BFI yesterday and he came onto the show to tell us all about it. It was a very, very interesting chat. He had a lovely time. He had a couple of drinkies as well, but he didn't want me to tell you that.
Well, he covered it well. He looked fairly sober to me. So.
Well, he did, didn't he? Yeah, he did very well there. Well, he's Welsh, you see. Like the Scots.
They can put it away. They can. Yeah.
Well, something he told me after the show, which he'd forgotten to put into the show, was what I'm going to tell you now. Now, do you guys remember the trailer for the season 21 box set?
I do indeed, yes.
It was this, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Basically, as we'll all know, this was a brand new trailer with a brand new mini adventure in it for the Doctor and Tegan, where they return to Butler's Wharf down at Canary Wharf, and they're walking around, aren't they, Paul? And they're doing all this sort of stuff. They find this try-on device, don't they? And they find out it's a message from Turlough, who says that his planet has been taken over. And guess who it's been taken over by?
And that pepper pot at the bottom, not quite sure what that is.
Correct. The Daleks.
Yeah.
The Daleks. It's a nice little mini adventure, isn't it? Considering
it's lovely,
we were going to get in. So it's a nice little mini adventure. Well, yesterday at the BFI, there is going to be a continuation of that very story. Oh. And Bedwyr wanted me to tell you all here at the top of headlines. There is a snag, I think. If you want to know what happens when the Doctor and Tegan are taken by the Daleks to Turlough's home planet, which was called what? Tryon.
Tryon, yeah.
The old grey cells. Yes, he said to Tryon. Then you're going to have to watch out because it's going to be exclusively printed in Doctor Who magazine as a comic strip. There you go. So Oh, I can look at the faces on those two now.
I want some more visuals. I want some more like Davison in costume again. That'd be nice. Yeah.
I saw their faces fall then, Who viewers. I thought it was quite funny.
Don't even have to buy Doctor Who magazine. No.
Well, do you know what they'll also do? They'll put it out as a mini graphic novel, won't they?
Oh, they will. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. So Bedweir just wanted me to tell you two and everybody out there watching the show as well that if you are very interested in knowing or finding out what happens next to the Doctor and Tegan as the Daleks take them away to Tryon, then you're going to have to follow their adventures in Doctor Who magazine coming soon.
Oh.
And as I said, probably also in a graphic novel this year.
So in order to keep going, the magazine are now having to plunder the classic series as well then?
Well, the controversy has started already here on Who's Views Headlines, everybody. Third Doctor Ian straight in there. Absolutely. I can't say that, Mark Walker, but thank you. Is it Diad Gwil Dewi? Oh, God, we're going to be looking at this now.
I don't have enough phlegm in my mouth to pronounce that.
The Dewi's David, isn't it? Yeah, Dewi's David. That's
right, dear. Oh, there we go. Good to see you all in the chat. It's nice to see you. Funky, what are you talking about? Doctor in Distress getting a remake? Stop it. Stop it. Look, I have to try and sleep.
It's only a matter of time. Yeah.
We'll do it ourselves, shall we? We'll get all the Who viewers into a recording.
All together now.
Yeah. I know people, it could happen. Oh, look at this. Pooh's Peanut is here and she's going, Third Doctor, hi, darling.
Hello, darling.
What is this? A dating service suddenly, Pooh's Peanut?
I don't know, but it's all right if it is. I don't mind at this moment in time.
It does sound like Fidel Fielding and not Hilda Ogden, Ian, just saying that.
Booze
You'll
Peanut.
get one there as well. You're going, hi, Paul, sugar.
That'll be from somebody called Derek.
That's how I imagine she speaks all the time. Oh, I'm going out now. Because I love it a bit. It's lovely to see you. Great to see you all. Legion of James in the chat saying, oh, hi, the new. And Dystopian Nightmares were saying, it's live. Yes, we are live. It's Sunday, the 1st of March, 2026. And bearing that in mind, if there's any technical issues, we just get on with it. Okay, that's the whole thing about live telly, everybody.
Yeah, this is not ITV, is it?
No. Johnny the Cabbage is, thank God I was brought up in the 70s and can deal with it all. Johnny the Cabbage is saying, Ian's turning into an Axonite. You are very gold, love.
There is an orange sheen, isn't there? I don't know what that is. It's not anything different. I don't know. I can't explain that.
Have you been on
Sorry?
Have you been on holiday?
What? There hasn't been any sun in Britain for.
Well, you could have been abroad, since last week. Who knows?
No. Oh my God! It's lovely to see you all in chat. We've got a big show lined up for you tonight as well, and lots for you to discuss, I hope. Yes, so I just wanted to get that. Thanks again to Bedweir for joining me for the Live at 6 visitations. And there we go. Rick Storm is going, Doctor Who magazine.
Yeah, I feel the same. Yeah.
Jethrick was also saying, I was very interested then, but a little less now.
Yeah. I think you did get our hopes up for a minute, I have to say.
John Keeley, hello, sir. Thank you for your super chat. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening to you, sir. I hope all are well. I saw all of the forthcoming live streams. We are being well treated this month. Well, I'm glad you've said that because we've got a little bit of news about them coming up for you here in the show as well. But yes, all the March shows, well, most of the March shows, because you know what it's like, are up on the channel for you all now to put a thumbs up to, and also to set a reminder to. Blah, 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 blah. You know what you do, but they're all there for you. But we are going to be coming back to those Who viewers and John very, very soon. Hugh Janus is saying to us, hello, Hugh Janus. I think I'll give that a miss, the Doctor Who magazine thing. Yeah. I mean, it'll probably turn up on the internet, and it shouldn't say that. I'll probably get letters now, or emails saying, don't say that, they've got to buy them. Farsight is saying, I don't care, I'm not buying Doctor Who magazine.
I thought you were going to say that they continue with a big finish. That's what they do, but yeah.
That'd be even worse, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The two cheeks of the same arsehole, aren't they, really? Let's be honest.
That's a beautiful image. Yeah.
Thank you.
Frankie Stanage, hello to you. Even Doctor Who magazine has realised that New Who is crap. It's good. I was thinking, as soon as Bedweir said that to me, Frankie, I immediately thought, oh, it's a Davison strip. So they're going back like they did in the Wilderness years when Doctor Who magazine went back to all the previous Doctors, when Gary Russell introduced that. We talked about it in the show, I think, for 1989 briefly, didn't we, Paul? And we will be touching on it again in our future series.
Does that mean that Shooty wasn't popular, so they're having to go back to...
Well, whoever it comes out, I think Bedouin said it comes after this particular story they've got where Shooty is with Mel Bush.
And they were the Daleks as well, aren't they, to give Shooty's opportunity to face them off.
What's the reckoning? We'll try and tie it in for those people that are still following the Doctor Who magazine.
Probably, yeah.
They might do, mightn't they? Woodhouse 122. No. Dimensions in Time Part 2 next year. No.
That's what the Christmas special sounds like more and more every time I hear the rumours.
Yeah, you've heard another rumour this week, haven't you?
Yeah, well, there's lots of this kind of glitch regeneration thing, which sounded very like what happened to Dimensions in Time. We're only how long? Only 11 minutes in, and we mentioned Dimension Time. That's be some kind of record. That must be silly. But yeah, there says about a glitch regeneration, so there might be that kind of switching between doctors and companions in the same way they did in Dimensions in Time. And it wouldn't surprise me, however, if Russell T Davies incorporate the EastEnders cast as well, just to annoy you, I'm sure.
They will. Well, everything about his version of Doctor Who annoys me, so it wouldn't. You'd be very impressed with me though, Paul, because guess what I did yesterday?
You watched Dimensions in Time?
Oh, I watched Dimensions in Time for the first time since 1993.
And compared to the recent Shooty rubbish, it's amazing, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Classic. It's an absolute
cinematic. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good morning from San Francisco, says Timescales. Well, good morning, mate. How are you? Hope everything is fine and dandy in San Francisco. What else have we got here? Oh, Stephen Braddock is saying, I enjoyed the Visitation show earlier. Double bubble today. Yes, it's another double whammy for you here on Who's Who's today, because we do that, don't we? We do that. And David Shaw's with us. Hello, David. Is Doctor Who back for 2026 panel? I also went to see Scream 7 breaking the box office. Was a great film. Scream 7, I hear, is doing very, very well. It's the 7th. Obviously, that's why it's called Scream 7. I've only seen the first one, I have to say. Me
too.
I didn't like that, but then again, I was a bit weird at the time. Is Doctor Who back for 2026, David? It's back for the Christmas episode. That's it at this moment in time. There has been nothing confirmed. We are going to be speculating a little bit more here in this show, though, because we've got Lindsay Salt has been talking. And she's one of the BBC bosses when it comes to drama. We're going to be looking at her. The John Keeley is saying to us, I won't buy either. The Doctor Who magazine is just extortionist these days. $7.99 or $9.99, isn't it? Depending which one you get.
Yeah.
Digital Solution is saying it was Doctor Who Weekly last time I bought a copy.
12 pence.
Oh,
and even then that was expensive, wasn't it? 12 pence.
Happy days, though. Every Thursday, my dad used to bring it in from the local shop across the road when you had the local... Can't remember his name now, but everybody knew him. And he would bring it in every Thursday with my copy of Looking. I was spoiled, actually, everybody. I was allowed 2 comics.
I used to hate, though, that the newsagent would put your name on the top in pencil. Yeah. Don't do that. No.
They used pen for us. On one occasion, there's one of the monthlies. There's one of the monthlies that was from Attack of the Cybermen, and it was Colin Baker sticking his head out the TARDIS with his
head.
And they put our address across his forehead in pen. I took it back.
They were clearly Star Trek fans, were they? Probably.
Do you know what, though? I look back at those old weeklies and monthlies as we went into, of course, with issue 44, I think it was. 44, 45, somewhere around about that. And I look at that pen with that gentleman's name who owned the shop across the road from us, the newsagents, where we got everything from that, you know. And it's sort of nostalgic for me. It's sort of special. You know, it's quite nice because he's long gone now, of course.
Yeah.
Listen, Digby, thank you so much for your super chat. Evening, JT, evening, Paul, and evening, Ian. Doctor Who magazine lost its reason to exist ages ago.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised it's still going right now, actually, to be very, very honest. Really am. We've got here from Daz. Hiya, Daz. I thought I saw Bonnie Langford in Swansea, and she's not in the local theatre. I don't know if they're filming here for Christmas. Oh, I love another rumour. There you go, everybody.
Yeah, you heard it here first. She was in Cardiff. She must be in Doctor Who. There we go. Maybe she's on holiday. Maybe she's going back to that holiday camp in Delta Bannerman just for. Actually, that's a housing estate now, I think. So that's probably not going there. Yeah.
Yeah, probably not. Who knows? Listen, we are expecting some news about the new Doctor Who for Christmas 2026 coming anytime from tomorrow onwards. So make sure you're still subscribed to us in the channel because, of course, as soon as they drop a headline, we're going to be here with us. With the news, and we're going to be chatting about it and probably bitching about it a little bit as well. But it's all there for you. So thanks for that, Daz. Hugh Janus is saying to us for a super chat, is Ian regenerating? I don't know, are you? Have you got any tingles?
I've turned down. They've got me messing around with the camera settings now. I've turned down the saturation. They're all just at normal, but I turned down the saturation. I could put up the exposure.
It's fine. You look like you're tanned. It's fine.
Is any of that changing? Is any of that changing?
You're going up now.
Yeah, you're regenerating into bed weir now. So it was going
And another super chat here from the Chorus Sci-Fi Fantasy. Good to see you, mate. Sod Doctor Who magazine. I've not bought it since the Time team slagged off Talons as the S word. Remember that? Bring back.
Oh God, they're still doing that. Not them, but in general. I saw a thing on Facebook recently. God, yeah.
Yeah, Chorus Sci-Fi saying to us, bring back Doctor Who Bulletin. I say, just bought a ton of back issues of that fine fanzine. That whole thing, we are going to be looking at the whole thing about Doctor Who magazine at some point. It's in a particular show that's coming up in the future, and we will be looking at that and how they did that. Because I will never forgive those idiots. And there were various YouTube commentators around at the time who were all part of the TQ cult, of course, who were going on about how it was ist. Bugger off. How stupid were they? Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. But thank you for that, everybody. What's this? Chris Kaz. Nice to see you stop buying Doctor Who magazine when it went all woke during the Chibnall era. I stopped it. I can't remember when I actually stopped it. I think it got to a particular number or a particular year. And then I thought, I've had enough now. I've been collecting this for 4,000 years. I've had enough because I just wasn't invested in the show with Whittaker and Chibnall. So I stopped it then. And after all those years, guys, it was a bit of a wretch to not be going down to the shop every month on a Thursday to go and get the latest issue. But I just thought, A, the price, B, I wasn't into the show. I didn't want to know anything about the Chibnall era, the Jodie Whittaker. I wasn't bothered about it. What was the point in spending money on it?
I still think I'll be lucky to survive another Wilderness years this time round because there's no love for it anymore.
Exactly.
That's the problem. Yeah,
exactly.
There's not the die-hard fandom for it either. It was that kept it going. I mean, I stopped just around the time that they announced Whittaker, but I'd fallen out of love with it before that and was just getting it out of habit because it had just become a crystal meth pleasure pamphlet basically, and it was absolutely nothing compared to what it was. So I just had no more to do with it.
Yeah,
I think it was shortly after they did one of the big issues, like 600 was it, which was a big Tom Baker thing and everything. And after that, forget it.
I was the same when they started the new Time team and they set this. All these young'uns started saying, "I'm fast forwarding it because it's really boring." No, don't. Thank you. Yeah.
Margie is saying to us that Doctor Who magazine is collecting dust on bookshelves at Barnes and Noble here. I can imagine. I can actually imagine that. Mate. I have to say to you, Margie, that I'm sad, and I actually go and count in WH Smith and my local Tesco's. Other supermarkets are available. How many copies of Doctor Who magazine they have on the shelf? So my local Tesco. They have 5 every single month. There's still 5 there as of today. I was in the Tesco the other day. No, they get slightly more. They get an odd number. They get 8. Strange. There were 7 there the other day.
Yeah, I went back to my local Asda, and there must be, I don't know how long has it been since the new issue came out, but 2 weeks or something, is it? A week?
Something like that, yeah.
And they had maybe 5 or 6 then, they've all gone. So I just assumed they'd been pulped, to be honest. But
yeah, well, we'll soon find out in time, won't we, everybody? Yeah. It's good to see you all in the chat. Thank you for coming. I want to say hello to Idiot Proof Dalek, which I quite like that. And I love that little picture there of Stan Laurel as well. That's beautiful.
Lovely.
Idiot Proof Dalek is saying to us, I hate these fans stabbing the show in the back. They never thought it was ist until they swallowed critical theory whole and joined the cult. You're absolutely right. And it's, frightening. I mean, if you don't know what's going on in the United Kingdom over the last few days, I look at all these, the last few months, actually. Hello, Robert Chadwick, how are you? And maybe the last year or so. And I look at all these flag-waving lunatics running around, completely missing the point of bigger pictures because all they care about is the bandwagon they're on.
Yeah.
And I just think how many of them have come into Doctor Who now? Unfortunately, it's quite a number. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, Charles Weng Chang, was it was a show made at a certain time when people did certain things that maybe we shouldn't do so much now. But the thing about it is, though, it was representing Victoriana and what happened at the time. So historically, it was accurate to the time period. And I've always defended John Bennett's Li Shan Chang because he wasn't doing a comedy version of a Chinese person. He was acting a part. He wasn't doing a Benny Hill on it. You know what I mean? So it was like,
I do know what you mean. Wait till we get to our Talons of Weng Chiang review, loves. Honestly, we're going to have fun with that one. God, you're driving mad. John Keeley, thank you for your super chat. Even though I will need to wait until March 2028 to buy the standard edition, I'm looking forward to the season 21 collection edition discussion. Yes, we're going to be talking about that in a second as well, because we are going to be doing our season 21 overview here on the channel this month. It's up on the channel for you all to have a look at. We're going to be looking at the whole thing, basically, all 7 stories from 1984. I can't wait for that. I love that. I love that season. I really do. I'm really looking forward to it. Dystopian Nightmare also telling it to us as well that he stopped buying at the Doctor Who magazine at the end of the 20th century. That sounds terrible now, doesn't it? It's very sci-fi. Yeah. Mark Greaves for a
but it was 26 years ago now, which is crazy.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it? Oh, and I remember it well. I know exactly where I was when those bells were going, but we'll move on. Mark Greaves is saying us for a super chat as well. Stop buying Doctor Who magazine when Asda restocked the toilet paper. Okay. Forbidden Man, the mag is as dead as the show. Oh, and Dirty Davros wants to know, Ian, how is your doggy after her surgery on Thursday? Oh, thank you for asking.
Oh, that's very kind, Dirty Davros. She's moved, so she can move. She's over there somewhere. She has a turkey leg, which basically because she had to be strategically shaved.
Ooh.
JT, can you do Kenneth Williams there, please?
Yes, Madam Matron, yes.
Way better than anybody else. But she's doing all right. She's got an inflatable thing on her leg. I don't know if people can see that.
Hang on, let me try and bring that up for you. There you go.
So you can see where she's been. And she's had an incision at the front of her knee, but there's also a bigger incision on the inside of her leg. And the inflatable thing obviously stops her licking it and things like that. But she's been back at the vets today we've got a fantastic vets. Our vet is called Skeldale in Thirsk, but it used to be run by a certain person known popularly. He was called Alf White. Other people know him as James Herriot. So it's that vet. I love that series. The care is fantastic. She's got no redness around it. She's putting some weight down, which is really good. She's doing that earlier than expected. But generally, the recovery pathway is quite good. We were just petrified because, you go in and they say you have to do all your permissions, and they ask you, if she has a cardiac arrest, do you want us to revive her? Even though there's very little risk of it, the fact that they ask you that question is it just grabs you and your insides and twists them. Yeah. And you've really got to take a deep breath there and say, of course, yes, please. And then go out and hope nobody sees you blubbing. But she's doing really well. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's probably going to be extremely expensive. Thank God for insurance. But they'll kill us with the premiums after this, but it's worth it.
Oh, good to hear. Again, thanks for asking that. Timescales are saying to us, so it's not just me. Ha! I have also been counting how many copies of Doctor Who magazine are at the Emeryville Caliph Barnes and Noble. They used to stock 10.
California.
It must be, yeah. They used to stock 10 and sold out. Now it seems they always have 4. Yeah.
And they can't ship the 4.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them did reduce how many they were taking in, if you remember, because the sales just weren't worth it. Jess Corbin is saying, shout out to all manual and powered wheelchair users. A lot of love coming your way, Doctor Who lovers. Woo! Yeah. There we go. Well said. Robert Payne is saying to us, we can't have historicals without them being authentic to the era. Well, according to RTD and the BBC, yes, you can. And the whole industry either, because they keep shoehorning in things that weren't there. Like the Black Anne Boleyn that was on Channel 4 or Channel 5 or one of the two of them. Yeah. rubbish, isn't it? It's absolute nonsense. We've been over it. And Digby, thank you for this lovely comment. The great thing about shows like this is that it fills the hole left by what Doctor Who magazine used to be. That's what it's all about. I totally agree. And hopefully we are doing that. And it brings us all together live, doesn't it? Farsight for a super chat. Easiest way to annoy shills, tell them that Talons is the best story ever. Well, it's one of them, isn't it?
You must be crazy if you don't think it's a good story, regardless of if you have any racial problems with it. It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
It's got to be in the top 10 or top 15 of all time, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I think so. Definitely. Absolutely, definitely. Yeah. Oh gosh, so much to talk about with that one as well. Legion of James, you might think that, but we couldn't possibly comment. And he's also saying to us that Talons is my earliest Doctor Who memory. Oh, that's lovely.
That is lovely.
Dalek Shalom is saying the demand for victimhood far outweighs the supply. Oh, that's
Yes.
Yeah,
that's good,
Very
isn't
good.
it?
that's very deep as well. It's good like that. Yeah,
It is, isn't it? I'm just going to leave that there for a minute as I contemplate that. Give me a sec. Bless. That's very, very good. Very good. Lots of love for Edith coming through in the chat as well.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. Yeah. We've got such a lovely bunch of people, haven't we? Really.
We do. And they're all giving you the best there. You'll have to look at the chat, Ian, because it's all there for you.
I'll go back through it later on, but that really do appreciate it.
Yeah. Aren't you all lovely? You're all lovely. Yeah. Dom goes with us. He's changed his avatar again to another lovely logo there. Well done, you. And Hartnell Scopes is saying, to back up Paul's time team comment, having a time team aged 17 to 23 watching at 1.5 speed alienated the core 59 plus Doctor Who magazine audience who cancelled subscriptions. Yeah, there was that big story going around at the time. And had we been on air, we would have been covering that in depth because, apparently a lot of people stop subscribing, didn't they? And have still stopped subscribing and continue to stop subscribing.
It started with Crystal Meth, didn't
it? Time team in years to come, and they're fast forwarding the new stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So it finishes.
I'll not even bother putting them on. It's like,
exactly. I was just about to say they won't even bother looking at the bloody thing, will they?
Yeah.
They'll be like, "What again?" Oh, terrible! Absolutely terrible. Well, listen, I want to show you all. I want to share this with you as well because. A certain person on X has been a little bit naughty, haven't you, Gareth? Yes, Gareth Roberts has been a little bit naughty this week, and he's been having fun, everybody, with this. Isn't that brilliant? It was so funny when I saw that. I nearly wet myself, Who viewers, I have to say. For the benefit of the podcast, what we're seeing is there was a certain photograph that you would have known if you're around, well, actually around the world, you would have seen this picture of a certain individual who will remain nameless. In a car.
He's certainly the artist probably known as Prince Davros is quite a nice person.
Yeah,
he's certainly titleless, isn't he?
Yeah. He looked absolutely pathetic. So that photograph that was on every front page going across the world, I think, Gareth has taken this and put it onto X, and he's covered the face up with the face of Davros, which is brilliant. That's what I call humour, British humour. I'm sure there were some people that got upset with it. Who cares about them? Quite frankly, get a sense of humour because we've all got to have one. We're having to live through Doctor Who these days. What's that? Oh, was that the doorbell? What's going on? What's happening?
No, sorry. I think my phone was not on silent. Sorry. I will put it on silent.
It's not first floor menswear or something like that. Yeah.
How long has he been doing that? This role now? Digby saying to us, Davros did nothing wrong. The Mandrels were at the party of their own free will. Mandrels. I love the Mandrels. And Domgo is saying Davros has a higher moral compass.
Yeah.
Hello to Prum Being who's joining us as well. I'm delighted you're here, sir. Absolutely delighted. Something else that you may have seen this week, because let's delve into this. This is your alert. This is your warning that we're going to be talking very quickly now about RTD. Yes, the one who shouldn't be named. Lots more coming up about him, of course, on the way, because they're back at work, basically, on this Christmas 2026 alleged special, this 2026 episode. They're back at work, and they'll be panicking now at the moment because they don't have a bloody doctor for a show called Doctor Who. Unbelievable mess. Anyway, we're going to be talking more about that in this show as well. But yeah, he's been posting things to his Instagram. And I remember this is a guy that said, I don't use social. He's on it more times than we are, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know,
He does seem to be. Yeah.
He needs the publicity, doesn't he? Let's be honest.
he needs
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
He needs something, yes. But guess what he posted? You can guess. Guess what he posted on his Instagram this week. Bearing in mind that I want to thank you to the people that sent this to me, because we are blocked. Whose Views is blocked by RTD on Instagram and social media, and we don't care because we still manage to get the crap he's putting out there. But you know what I'm going to show you. Red alert, shields up.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, yes, I saw
He
that.
can't help himself, can he? This is a picture of him and alleged drag queen Tia Coffey on the TARDIS set. Now, Tia Coffey, this is when they were filming that awful, ridiculous thing where Tia Coffey, he is dressed a version of what is supposed to be William Hartnell's outfit to suggest the First Doctor. He's got the white wig on it as well. And basically, he was publicising that awful, crappy show they do for the Tube of Who, which is called the Whoniverse Show. And here we've got here is Russell T Davies confirming that he was in Bad Wolf Studios at the time they filmed this crap. And here he is saying, me and Tia Coffey on the TARDIS, now on the Whoniverse Show on blah, 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 you know, where you can't get it. And then Tia Coffey responds, a joy to fly the TARDIS. Thank you for having me aboard. To which RTD responds, it's your TARDIS, babes. I just teleported in. The language from this bit, you are 64 years old. Act it. Then you got somebody else there saying, make him, the Doctor, please. I just think it would be incredible. Are you really serious, you stupid fan? Do you really want more people to not watch the show? Do you want to get it down to about 15? You bloody idiot. And then another one coming on. Oh, the new Doctor. Heart, love this. And then the current squeeze. Oliver Cole. Tia Coffey, welcome to the club. And that's what it is. It's a club of cultish, like-minded echo chamber people, isn't it? That's what it is. It makes me want to puke, everybody. I don't know what you guys think about that.
I did see a little bit of the show on YouTube, and he was hinting towards what was coming and things. It's like, oh, that doesn't sound good, does it really? No. And he's trying to generate a bit of interest. And no one's interested, Russell. Give it up.
It's nauseating, isn't it? Yeah. Absolutely nauseating. I don't know what's wrong with Tia. Well, I've got a hint of quite a few things that are wrong with Tia Coffey, but I mean, they look very. I don't know. Have they got kidney disease? That's what when your cheeks puff up, isn't it? It looks, or maybe the Botox has dropped because the Botox was right next to his arsehole. So I thought, and then I realised that was RTD. So I don't know. It just makes you ill.
Well, it's like Legion James saying, pretty sure Hartnell wasn't that particular shade of Dorito orange. It's too much foundation. Some of these alleged drag queens missed the whole point of it, to be very, very honest. Domgo, welcome to the weird, weird world of RTD. Where's the door? Because we all want to get out of it, don't we? Graham saying that thing on the left looks like an auton. I'm more frightened of the drag queen than an auton. Give me an auton any day. I know how to deal with them. Graham, hello, Graham Lamphere. How are you? I wouldn't even offer him tea or coffee. No, I'd be straight, get out. Yeah, wannabe.
It's good to see the TARDIS is getting a lot of use, isn't it? You know, they're getting their money's worth of that set more than they did with Disney, let's be honest.
Not as much as I'm sure they wanted.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, they've had Tia Coffey on it, and then as someone mentioned, Russell's current squeeze, and then some other bud was on it, dressed as Jodie wandering around it earlier, weren't they?
Oh, that one was excruciating. I was going to show that on the show, but I can't get past my sickness. She's just
no, I understand. He's giving me the book as well. Yeah.
And then there was, of course, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, was there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was probably going. You know, he was more interested in talking about the young people's advantages, wasn't he? I am sure.
Yeah.
PP is saying to us, he even says, babes, oh, do me a favor. Yeah, he needs to grow up, doesn't he, PP? He needs to act. He's going through some sort of crisis. He is desperate to be part of the in thing, to the point where he's screaming all this crap we cover all the time here on Headlines. I
was going to say, is there a good time to ever say babes, whether you're 14 or 64? Really?
No,
probably not. No,
probably not. It's quite derogatory. I'm surprised these people that get upset about absolutely everything haven't called them out for saying, "Don't call me babes. That's part of my space. You can't do that. Oh my god, that's part of my space." Lex Kane, hello to you. Doctor Who is now called Doctor No More Who. Mm-hmm. Robert Payne, tea or coffee? It's a Horlicks more like. Or do you like a Horlicks actually? Oh, and now I want one. You've done it now, Robert. I want it one now. This is what happens, says Itogishi, when one feeds Oompa Loompas after midnight. Stephen Badrick, matron, take it away. Oh, it's not going down well, that one, Russell, on your Instagram. You great big weirdo. Tea or coffee, Sister Topian Nightmare? I prefer a Southern Comfort, please. Oh, yes. A super chat here from Funky. Tea or coffee is script number 7 then. Wouldn't we be surprised? And Raymond, tea or coffee? What did Gareth Roberts say about them not having normal names? They try and be clever. All the good drag names were done back in the day, and they were clever, you know, really clever. It's just so daft now. Yeah, it's not gone down well in our chat at all. Include Digital Pollution saying, I think I just threw up a little in my mouth. If I was a betting man, says Woodhouse122, I'd have a wager on the special being held back to Easter 2027 if Piper and Tellent are unavailable till the summer. They've committed now, but the thing is, what gets me about this Woodhouse, and I was having this conversation with a friend of mine just the other day, I don't think the public would care or notice if they just said, oh, we're moving the Doctor Who Christmas special till 2027. It's only the minority of fans who would care, because we certainly wouldn't care, would we?
No, I think everyone's reading up too much into the fact that they're not available. They'll fit something in before Christmas, you know.
Yeah, we will soon know. We will soon know.
I can't imagine anybody complaining if they just out and out cancelled it.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody would do anything. Nobody would say anything. There wouldn't be a campaign. There'd be a few outraged cultists. And nobody listens to them anyway, so...
Yeah, there won't be another record campaign, will there? Let's be honest.
Absolutely not, no.
And there won't be the Star putting free stickers saying, save Doctor Who in the paper. Do you remember them?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, there certainly won't be a letter-writing campaign, because most of them haven't advanced beyond crayons, have they? Let's be right.
Oh, he's on form this evening with his scathedness, isn't he? Is that a word?
It is no.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Copyright whose? Views. Put that in the English language. I mean, they can put all sorts of things in the English language, so can I. And RTD suffers from a bloated impression of his own face, as Craig Dunlop, allegedly. And Toonami is saying, I don't care, because Line of Duty and Dr. Foster is coming back, and that's going to draw huge numbers. I totally agree. I couldn't believe when I saw that the other day that Dr. Foster is going in front of the cameras this year for series whatever it is. And I thought, how many years since the last serise? That's the one with Saran Jones in.
I can't bear Saran Jones. Can't stand that woman, honestly.
Well, apparently it was a huge. Well, I know it was a huge hit. Well, people loved it, but they're bringing it back. I bet you somehow, Toonami, and you'll have to let us know when it's screened. I bet you somehow they managed to screen the agenda, the message in copyright critical drinker into this thing now, because it was a woman cross-dressing as a man, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So there you go. Line of Duty, as we know, and as Matt Enspiel is saying to us here. Was brilliant, says Matt. Massive hit for ITV, and I think it will be again, because there is an audience for that, and they will be desperately wanting to know what is the next chapter, if you like, and where it's going. And something that RTD was also crowing on about on his Instagram, which we covered last week. Stephen Braddock has now caught up with it and watched it, and he actually messaged me this week. Thank you, Stephen, to say you've got to see this. The best thing on television at the moment is Small Profits. It's on the BBC, though, unfortunately, so I can't access the BBC. So unless my mother wants to let me go around and watch several episodes of this thing.
I've watched the first 3 episodes since we talked about it. Yeah, and I like it. It's done by Mackenzie Crook again, ex of The Office, of course, and it has a kind of like gentle style to it, like Detectorists did, which he also did. So it's enjoyable. I think there's 1 series available, and I think they're probably going to make another one. But I'm halfway through it at the minute. I'm really enjoying it.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, yeah. I mean, if I can get to see it, then I will. I have to go to my mum's though, because I don't have a television license, and I do obey the rules. The other thing that RTD was known as this week, again appearing on Instagram, again he can't help himself. I don't know if we've spoken about this before, but it was no surprise to learn that he was appearing on that old crone's drag show, RuPaul UK versus the World. Here he is here. So this is the two alleged drag acts that he was looking at, or one of them. This is the clip they put out on the BBC's Instagram and socials. RTD is directing the Queens, who these two fellas here were wetting themselves. So you can see it starts to say, "I can't believe I'm standing in front of RTD." Yeah, why?
Was he a judge or something? Was he?
Yes. He's a judge on this, and he's been picking it up and crowing about it for a little while now. I mean, it's just typical, isn't it? You know, and he's absolutely delighted to have these drag queens who are men in frocks. You know, it's all different now, of course, because these are sometimes it's very confused young men who actually think they're women. And it's thanks to that old crone, it's got all very messy. But here in the United Kingdom, drag, as we said before, was a bloke putting on women's clothes, huge big bazookas, and taking the pee out of women. You know, the big lips, the hair, the hairy chest showing, everything like that. You know, it was proper drag was really good. And he's getting a thrill, guys, out of calling these two women. Hello, girls. You all right, ladies? Blah, blah, blah. All that nonsense. He loves it. He absolutely loves it. He makes me sick sometimes.
Yeah, it's simply dressing up. It's not a gender. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. The height of drag for me was Les Dawson and was it Roy Barraclough as Sissy and Ada?
Yeah.
Superb. Absolutely sublime. Really funny.
The two Ronnies did it all the time.
They did it all the time.
I saw something the other night where the two Ronnies came out, and the audience loved it because they came out as American. What do they call it? You know, those I don't know what they call it with the big
majorettes.
Majorettes, that's the word. Thank you.
Yeah.
And they came out as that, and the audience at the time were loving it. The difference being between them is because they were just comedians. They were all comedians who occasionally put on drag. A drag queen was actually was an artist that was making a living out of it.
One of my favourites is if you catch Morecambe Wise doing it as the Andrews Sisters with Leonard Rossiter, and they're miming an Andrews Sisters song. It's absolutely brilliant. I love it. Yeah.
Lex, thank you for your super chat. Man from Gordon. Oh, right, okay. Controversial alert, but I'm going to have to read it out because it's been sent to me. I was going to avoid this, Lex. You were very naughty. Man from Gordon and Denton left furious after Hannah Spencer MP put 4 sausage rolls, saying if he had known she eats pork, he would have not voted for them. I don't want to get too much into that, so I'm going to leave it at that. But thank you, Lex.
Well, if you vote for her, though, you get to come round and fix your toilet. She's apparently a plumber as well. So, yeah.
She's apparently cancelled all her bookings now because she's an MP, so she's too busy. So if you had a booking with her for your plumbing, you've been let down. Leave a bad review.
Yeah, exactly.
1 star. Yeah.
And you'll also be leaving these bloody idiots that voted for her, of which I'm falling out with 2 people over the last couple of days with. Look, all I would say is do your homework. Do your homework. As a same-sex attracted man, there is no way the Green Party is representing me now. Do your homework. But thanks for that, Lex. You're very naughty. Terrified Monk is saying to us, Doctor Who needs more drag queens. It's the only thing that will save the show. RTD seems to think so. Derek Hart, dude. Look out. They're going to be in the Christmas special. Raymond Williams.
Yeah, the drag queen invasion will be called. That'll be it, yeah.
Which is happening as we speak. Raymond Williams is saying, is RTD gay? Does this guy know any heterosexual people? Probably looks down on them. Yeah, probably looks down. Hello, PVFS. How are you? Nice to see you. Good to see you. It's good to see you all, actually. Siegel. Nice to see you, Siegel. Dame Edna. Absolutely. Frankie Stanide was saying Sissy and Ada were great. That's the one you were talking about there, Ian. Les Dawson, he was a genius, wasn't he? Yeah. And Ronnie Barton, there's a Dolly Parton version called Polly Darton, says Robert Payne. Absolutely. Yes, so there's all that stuff, everybody. So I just wanted to show where we're up to with RTD in his life at the moment. More of him coming, of course, in future shows, sadly. Anyway,
it's going to be coming thick and fast, isn't it? If they're starting now, then it's just the floodgates are now open, aren't they? That's it.
Yeah.
Matter of time now, Paul.
Yeah.
Matter of time. I can actually, though, just say that as of Thursday, when I asked a friend of ours of the channel, who's got all the little ins and outs in the show business industry, I said to him, any casting news out there? And he dutifully went off to check with people that he knows. And he said, no, there is no casting news. So there is no casting announcement as of yet, or no casting call yet, including for the Doctor.
Now bearing in mind, though, there have been many occasions where they've just cast it in-house and they've got like Peter Capaldi in and not bothered auditioning anyone at all. So it could happen more covertly than normal. You know what I mean? So
it could do, or it could just be the fact that David Tennant's there.
Yeah, probably, because they've already got one. Yeah.
Oh dear, I jest. Not really. Toonami is saying, just come on, JT. Who doesn't love a Greggs? And don't forget, the GP want to legalize Class A. I haven't forgotten that. I'm not forgotten anything that idiot in charge of that party says. Don't care. You can call me what you want, certain people on Facebook who apparently were friends of mine. You can call me what you want. I don't care. I stand by my principles. So thanks for that, Toonami. Mark, thank you for your super chat. That bloke Bill is a lesbian, don't you know? Shocking.
Really?
How did we miss that?
I don't remember that at all.
I'm shocked.
I know. Yeah. And we've also got a super chat from Lex again. Thank you, Lex. Very generous. Would watch Last of the Summer Wine Christmas special than RTD's Awful Who. Me too. All those beautiful extra Christmas specials we used to get back in the day. I believe now we're all on the repeat channels at Christmas. So I can't wait to watch them all because I haven't seen them. I didn't see them last year. So.
Well, on that's entertainment channel, they have each day. They have almost like repeats of Last of Summer Wine, Porridge, Steptoe Son. It's on constantly, but each day. Different things, you know.
Wow. I'm looking forward to it all, to be quite honest. I'm also looking forward to actually all the news that they're going to give us, because we're going to be here with it live on Headlines with you all to discuss it. Slip of the Freudian slip there. Now last week, as you will know, because you were all with us, last week we were talking about this gentleman. Now this, of course, is Murray Gold, who's been doing the music for Doctor Who for the last 50 years. No, sorry, it just seems that way.
It does, doesn't it? It does feel like that. Yeah.
We were talking about this interview he gave with Half the Picture, which was released last week here on the Tube of Who. Well, Mr. Gold has been doing the rounds at the moment as well. I don't know why, because he was appearing with that awful drag queen, Crystal Meth, on the Whoniverse show. And they were getting excited, and a small minority of people were wetting themselves with excitement because he has confirmed this. From Radio Times, Doctor Who composer teases more soundtrack releases coming very soon. Murray Gold has reassured fans that they won't have to wait as long as they did for the season 10 soundtrack. Now, I know you're all very excited at this news, everybody, so just calm down,
I'll sleep tonight. I know.
Yes, I know you're all looking in your wallets and checking your bank accounts right now to see what's going to be happening with it. Anyway, the story goes like this. It goes on about, the Radio Times goes on about how Doctor Who fans are waiting for new announcements to do with the Christmas special. They are also used to waiting for soundtrack releases, not really. As the soundtrack for season 10, the last season starring Peter Capaldi's 12th Doctor, was only just released on the 12th of December 2026, 9 years after the season aired. I wonder why. I wonder if you've sulked it. Now, some fans are worried that the same could happen again with 3 recent soundtracks which have yet to be released. The albums for the 60th anniversary of Bethold, Season 14 and Season 15, the latter 2 being known as Seasons 1 and 2, are starring Who've got there? Thankfully, hurrah, get those flags out, everybody. It seems that won't be the case, as composer Murray Gold has given fans some positive news on that front when speaking on the Whoniverse show. When asked whether fans can expect any releases soon, specifically the 3 albums referenced, Gold responded, yes! Now calm down, everybody, calm down. I can hear you all getting excited. He then added, I'm a man of my word, as I said. We're on that. I think we might be... ... That will be 2026, I think. Hopefully, all 3. Murray Gold, who returned to the series for the 60th anniversary specials in 2023, having left after 2017, recently gave an update on the up-and-coming Christmas episode, which we also talked about last week, when he told the Half the Picture podcast, I know that RTD has written, I think, multiple versions depending on certain outcomes. So that's all I really know, and I'm not sure that I'm even supposed to know that. It's unclear, says the Radio Times, exactly what that means for the special. I don't think it is Radio Times at all. I think it's clear as crystal. He hasn't a bloody clue. Which is set to follow up on the huge cliffhanger to the show's most recent episode, The Reality Kitchen Sink. I'm not going into the rest of it. I'm bored with it already. But there we go. So we've got. If you're excited about that, it's on the way, everybody.
He's really got his finger on the pulse, hasn't he? You know, the series wasn't popular, but you want to bring out the soundtracks of the last 2 series. You know, it's like, why? No one wants them, you know?
Why would why would Silver Screen want to invest money on a failed series or anybody else, BBC Records, whoever it's going to be? I've actually been emailing Silver Screens. Hello to you guys. I've sent you 2 emails this week to say, please, what's happening? Should I rephrase? No. What's happening with the John Debney re-release on vinyl for the 30th anniversary for the soundtrack of the John Debney soundtrack for the TV movie? And can you please re-release the 5 Doctors music that you did a few years ago on CD? Because I've got a vinyl, I've got a record player now, and I quite like it on white vinyl, please. That's going to sell. Those 2 things are going to sell.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll sell more than anything for the 2023 episodes, 24 episodes, or 25 episodes, won't it, guys? And we are biased. I admit that. But your market for those things is minimal. It's minimal.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're looking at something like the John Debney re-release, or if you look on vinyl especially, as well as CD, and if you're looking at re-releasing the 5 Doctors again, that beautiful big album. Also, Silver Screen, hi. I would also like to see the re-release on vinyl now, please. There's a lovely box set with coloured vinyls of the 50th anniversary celebratory album. Can we have that?
The Jonathan Demme one's a no-brainer, surely, because just look at the sales of the movie Steelbook. I mean, no, bring it out, really.
Well, you know, Paul, because I told you and Ian, I'd heard that was on the way. And I was expecting it to be the Record Store Day release for this year, which is next month, April. But it's not. It's The Rescue, which isn't going to be as big a seller because The Rescue is on DVD.
Yeah.
It's a complete story. So, I don't know. Ian, says Lex Kane for a super chat, what is Compo Chippy like? I'm going on Friday. What's that, a local chip shop to you or something? Oh, Compost Chippy. Oh,
Compost Chippy. No, that's in the village of Holmfirth, which is in West Yorkshire. And Lex, I'm in North Yorkshire. I've been to Holmfirth, but when I was there, the chippy was actually shut. So I can't tell you, to be honest, but I've heard great things about it. So I don't think you'll be disappointed on that one.
It's hard to get a good chip these days.
It is, Paul, isn't it? I mean, they used to be on every street corner when we were kids, didn't they? I mean, our local one when we were kids. Oh, I still remember that proper old-fashioned fish and chippy shop smell.
And newspaper, much nicer. Yeah.
That's probably what it was, wasn't it? When the vinegar and the grease went into the paper, it was probably that smell.
Yeah.
But you don't see them anymore. And apparently a friend of mine was saying that he went to the chip shop a little while ago with his missus, and it was £25 each.
Oh, to get a couple of fish suppers, there's an arm and a leg. It really is. Yeah.
That's absolutely disgusting.
Just best chippy in the UK has just been awarded. I've forgotten the place, which is terrible, but it's in North Yorkshire. But Whitby or Robin Hood's Bay, fantastic fish and chips. My God.
Do they do deliveries, Ian? Do they?
Be a bit cold, but I would imagine so.
Yeah.
I love Whitby. Whitby's a beautiful place and gorgeous chips and mushy peas.
Oh, yeah.
I've got to go back to Whitby. When I'm recovered, I'm going back to Whitby. I love Whitby. I was in Whitby when our Prime Minister at the time, which was that idiot with the blonde hair, Johnson, called the lockdown.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And I was actually on Scarborough Beach when that happened. You know, and I was like, oh my God, what do we do? Oh, it was bizarre.
I presume you went
6 years ago. That's scary, isn't it? You know,
it is. When you were on Scarborough Beach, did you go to the police box?
Yes, and said, "Oh, it's not too long. The windows don't fit." And that's looking like it doesn't fit there. Oh, that light's wrong. The Chorus Sci-Fi Fantasy. Thank you for your super chat. Another thing to hate RTD for is the idiot running the Green Party. He said RTD was his inspiration in life, and that RTD had not been the leader of the Greens. God, I hate RTD. Says the Chorus Sci-Fi Fantasy. We did cover that. Was it last week or the week before? We covered that where RTD was talking about that. Oh gosh, we are good on this show. We are good. With all our lovely people. We talk about all this sort of stuff. Steve Brandick is saying to us, I can't even remember the music in the Gatwick era. It was so meh. Exactly, Stephen. Exactly. So why would you buy a CD or download, as the kids do, or even a vinyl? Now, and cassettes are back now,
the one that sticks in my head the most was that bloody awful Doctors thing he had, that really jaunty, awful music. Terrible.
Yeah. And you know what? Listening to that or remembering what it was like, it didn't suit the tone of the show where it went, because it went incredibly camp, didn't it? And awful and vile. And that music didn't suit that version of the Doctor.
I think the Benny Hill theme would have been better for that, to be honest.
I'll be honest. Yeah. I'll be honest. They debuted that track at that concert in Wales.
You were there, weren't you? I remember,
yeah.
And it was, to be honest, it was quite nice to hear it, to be quite honest. And I think when all the orchestra is there, and there was particular instruments that they had, long tubular instruments, God knows what they are, but they had them and they were stood literally right in front of you and they were really getting into it. And it was quite lively. But of course, you have no context. So when I saw it, or rather heard it, in its context in the series, it was just, it just ruined it all. It was, it could have been anything. And it certainly didn't fit. It didn't fit. So, yeah, I understand what you're saying.
There's a lot of
was it not first used when he goes into his version of the TARDIS in his pants and takes off? That's the first time they used it. I
have no idea, Paul.
Yeah, it was bloody awful. It was awful.
I can't remember. Blanked it all out. Lots of excitement for this news, of course, from Murray Gold in the chat. Not really. Paul Schlechter is saying, I'm sure they were bestsellers. Robert Payne is saying, his finger is on the pulse. Unfortunately, it's a lentil. We've got the Jason Parker saying, so it's not worried at all about the soundtrack music being released. A lot of the stuff can be found on the other boring over emotional dross. To be honest, I'd be more excited about a Kev McCulloch soundtrack, and that's saying something, isn't it, Jason Parker?
Well, I loved the season 25 CD you got with all his music on. That was great.
Yeah. That was fantastic. That
was okay, actually. Yeah, it's okay. I just can't stand that version of the theme tune he came out with. It cringes when it comes on the telly.
It's not as bad as anything that Murray Gould brought out, though, is it? Really, to be honest?
Oh yes, yes. It's awful. It's terrible. It's probably the worst ever. We did our theme show back in 24, I think it was. Actually, you can go and look.
What about Eric Winston, though? Eric Winston, he's terrible. Or Jeff Love. I mean, honestly, they're the worst. Yeah.
I love the Jeff Love version. I love it. I won't hear it. It's the hill I will die on, like yours is Dimensions in Time. Jeff Love and his orchestra's Doctor Who theme is fantastic, as opposed to David Arnold, which was shite.
That was one he did in the bath, didn't he, when he had wind? That's right, yeah.
It certainly sounded that way for the McGann.
Yeah,
that was the one for McGann Big Finish. Yeah. God, it was awful.
It was like he did it on a piece of paper and a comb, I think. That he did that one.
Yeah, it was a bit weak. We love him, don't we? But it was a bit weak. I can't
His
wait.
Bond stuff's good, though. Yeah.
Bond stuff was brilliant. I bet he could go back and do a better job now. Sorry, I love you. I can't wait till the sales flop, says Graham Landfield. It's on the way, and they're not learning. They just churn this stuff out, and they're not learning. Domgo, there's nothing from the Gatwick era I'd want to hear on a CD. I don't want anything from the Gatwick era near me, to be quite honest, mate. And Dalek Shalom, New Who soundtrack equals a man doing nothing much, but the music is tense. Okay. Woodhouse, it'll tank in the sales, especially if they use Shooty in his dress on the cover. God.
What will they call it? Music to cry to? Just, there wasn't anything else happening, was there, really?
I can't remember, Ian. It's been blank from my memory. I've been through chemotherapy since then.
That's fair. That's fair. I think we all need it, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Well, so you're all excited about this in the chat. Let's put it that way. Margie is saying to us, look, Peter Howell Doctor Who theme is brilliant.
Yeah.
Frankie Stanage is saying Orbital was better. We've talked all about this in our theme tune show. You're absolutely right, everybody. Matt Enspiel, I love the Matt Berry version of our theme. Problem being, is saying David Arnold, Diamonds Are Forever and You Only Live Twice are gorgeous. Absolutely. Well, speaking of Problem Being, actually, by the way, and he doesn't know I'm going to do this. I'm going to surprise him now. Problem Being, of course, is one of our regulars here on Who's Views. So it's lovely to see you. We've got a lot of shows coming up for you this March. As mentioned in the chat earlier, they are all, well, most of them are all up for you now on the channel to go and set reminders to. I'm absolutely thrilled and delighted and excited to invite you all to one of our particular shows. Well, no, all of them, but a particular one. Because in March, this month, we are at last, after a long wait, getting round to our reviews of the Sarah Jane Adventures. I hope you can all join with us. We are going to be doing them like the Blake 7 series. We're going to be doing them series by series, story by story, because there's a continuing narration through them all. So, of course, we are starting with the pilot episode, Invasion of the Bane, which is going to be later this month.
Bubble shock. Yeah.
Bubble shock. Yes.
Yeah.
Bubble shock. And a girl that doesn't go much after the first episode. We're going to be talking about all of that, of course, on our live stream. And it was bizarre. We were talking last week about our brand new Headlines theme tune. So we're being spoilt here on the channel right now by Miles D. Because Miles D sent us our brand new theme tune, and we all said hello to that. So I'd like to say hello to him and hello to Aidan and Becky at Wildstar Records. Aidan, Becky, big shout out to you two as well. They'll know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so we're being spoiled again with a little bit more music for you here right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, because Problem Being has written a brand new tune for our reviews of the Sarah Jane Adventures. And I love it so much. I'd like to premiere it right now here on Headlines. I love this, and I cannot thank PB enough for this. I can't wait to hear your comments. Have a listen to this.
I would get an album from PB, Sod Murray Gold. Who gives a shit? I would, yeah, absolutely.
That's better than the original, I have to say. Well done, PB. Superb.
It's absolutely. I'm getting chills because when he sent it to me, I was nearly in tears. They are not the titles, by the way, that are going to be accompanying our new series. I'm going to keep them as a surprise for when we launch the show. I finished them, and I hope you like them. It took me bloody ages to match the beautiful music that PB had sent us. Lots of great comments for you, PB, here. Timescales were saying that is pretty epic. Jess Corbin is saying, I'm recalling that lot when it comes to the Sarah Jane Adventures. It's because they are the bane of everyone's lives. Hey, see what he did there? Jethrick is saying, oh, it suits her. Well done, PB. Margie was saying, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Legion of James was saying, the strings were perfect. Derek, wow, that's awesome theme. I love it. Isn't it just? Bill, I want to watch the reviews of the Sarah Jane Adventures right now. A great theme, rather. Excellent from Farsight. Epic from Lex Kane. PB, this is all for you. It's a good dramatic start for any adventure, says the Forbidden Man. Suitably grand, says Robert Payne. And Steve Braddock, this is so epic, it should have been the actual TV theme tune.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so excited you like this, everybody. Write the theme tune, sing the theme tune. I love it, says Jamie Knight. He's so talented. Wonderful, says Ito Gishi. I love the music, says Reviews, Rants and Religion. Thank you very much. Mark Walker saying Sarah Jane, the companion, not a companion. Georgia Donald, the music's great, isn't it just? And Frankie is saying what I think as well. Liz would love that. I actually think she would. God love her. Oh, God, I'm going again. Mark Reeves, thank you for your super chat. I wish I could like it, but I don't. I love it. Excellent work from Digby. It's a problem being there. And Matt is saying, PB, this is fantastic. I'm going to read these out because this is all for PB. Great tune there, says Woodhouse122. It sounds like music to me, says Robert Payne. All the notes and in all in the right order, says Siegel. Great job, PB, says John Mason. Brilliant, says Kev Gresham. Rick Storm is saying thank you. Oh, that's awesome, says Digital Pollution. Derek Hart is giving that a clap, 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 clap. And Philip Roy is with us. Stay with us. Well done, PB. This is classy stuff and wholly in keeping with our favourite lady journalist. It captures her, I think, guys. I think PB's done a wonderful job. And when I heard it, all I could think of was, God, I've got to do a title sequence to match this. I think I've done it. I think I've done that. Fingers crossed. But yes, so thanks for that, Philip. Oh, look at all the love. PVFS, it's gorgeous. Johnny the Cabbage is saying to us, awesome. Is it going to a download to buy this great music theme? Says Lex. Also, Jamie Knight saying the Sarah Jane Adventures looks like Shakespeare compared to Doctor Who these days. Yeah, I think we're going to
even those days. To be fair, yeah.
I think we're going to actually love the reviews of the Sarah Jane Adventures, honestly. So please make sure the Invasion of the Bane is up there on the channel for you. You can get that ready. We're going to be looking at it. So thank you. Great, says Mark Walker. And Legion of James is absolutely correct when he says, what a talented lot we have here in our little corner of the universe. So lucky to have you. Honestly, so lucky. Absolutely wonderful. What I'm also going to do as well is I'm going to put that down so you can listen to it over and over again. I'm going to put it down as a video here on the channel so you can listen to it and get ready for when we start our Sarah Jane Adventures reviews, because I'm really excited. And yeah, cool. We've got, well done that man, says Jamie Knight. Absolutely. Graham, you're very naughty. I'm not putting that on screen. I might get into trouble. Dirty Davros is saying, well done, PB. It made me happy and sad in the best ways. Yeah. I can't wait to start watching it again, but it's great. So I'm glad you enjoyed that, everybody. And it's all on the way for you soon. And again, PB, thank you. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much. I've been listening to it all week, guys.
Well done, mate. Well done.
It's absolutely great. Clever guy. Very clever guy.
Very clever. Because as Legion of James said, we've got so bloody lucky on this channel. Yes, so that is going to be it. The Sarah Jane Adventures is on the way here on Who's Views at last as we review. Get ready, get your box sets out, Madam Years, because it's coming to you here on the channel. Phil Roy is in the audience with us tonight. Hiya, nice to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm Phil.
I hope you all remember that he's currently working on this. Doctor Who Meets the Scorpion, a fan film, is on its way. And I'm really excited about this. We've been covering this, well, we've been covering it for a couple of years, guys. Is that right, do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
That's part of. Yeah.
And I know you guys are excited about it, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, it looks really good.
It does. Well, Phil has actually, in the past, shared some pictures for us of what's going on the fan film, all coming up soon. And I know it's going to be available on the Tube of Who. Correct me if I'm wrong, Phil, because I know you're in there. So we've had these lovely shots of what's been going on a past show of ours. I know Paul loves
the Daleks. Are gorgeous. Absolutely.
Look at that middle one. Isn't that just sexy? It's just, that is the perfect Dalek livery.
Yes,
it's just,
I am.
Yeah. Oh, my word.
Yeah. Let's hope that RTD never touches the Daleks again. Can you imagine? Oh, get you. It would be very, very interesting. But yes, now Phil this week has been sharing various things on his various social media platforms, including this, because they are currently now working, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, keeping the musical theme going on the theme, the soundtracks to the movie. And Phil got in touch with me to say that this is composer Stephen Ford. Now, this is the guy that's putting the music.
He's not composing, he's cooking there, isn't he? Yeah, just checking.
But there, actually, Paul.
Yeah,
well, the M could be for music, couldn't it, really?
Possibly, yeah.
Well, you're absolutely right here. And Phil actually gave me this fun fact. Stephen, as you can see here, was a finalist on the BBC 2019 MasterChef series, getting through to the final 12. Phil has known him since the early 90s in the Cardiff music scene days when they both played in bands. Phil discussed with Steve the sort of feel and sounds that Phil wanted, having played in some of the 70s and 80s Doctor Who music cues. He's also used some vintage synths and effects, which you can now get as plugins on a laptop music studio, such as tape echo effects, which is what the Radiophonic Workshop, God bless them, would have been using at that time. Apparently, he's also used a Selena Strings ensemble synth. Some of you will know what I'm talking about here. I haven't a clue. I'm just reading this. That uplifting string sound near the end of the video, which Pink Floyd and lots of synth program bands used in the 70s. It was used heavily on Clockwork Orange 2, used with the phaser effect. It gives a floaty in-space sound. Steve has also used guitars and even mic'd up an old upright piano to get some authentic discordant piano sounds. And that's it. So that's it. So it's all coming along, guys, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks great. Yeah.
Well, it sounds great as well, because yet again, we are very, very, very privileged here on Who's Views, because we have an exclusive. Who fancies listening to some of the work that Stephen's been working on for Doctor Who Meets the Scorpion? I thought you might get a load of this.
Wow.
Excellent stuff. It's got a lovely Malcolm Clark vibe about it, which is very nice.
It does. It manages to invoke bits of the 70s and bits of the 80s, but not feel disjointed.
Lovely.
What we used to have, it just takes you right back, doesn't it?
It does. It absolutely does. So, Phil, thank you so much for sending that to us. Really appreciate it. Can't wait to see the episode. We will be doing a Who's Views reviews of Doctor Who Meets the Scorpion when it's available to us. And congratulations to the composer there for Stephen Ford, because that is just sounding fantastic.
Yeah.
It really is. We've got lots of you in the chat talking about this now. Pooh's Peanut is saying, now this sounds like original Who. It's beautiful. Graham, wonderful soundscape. I love it, says Margie75. Terrified Monk, not sure about this. It needs Gower in the background twerking to make this 110%.
I'm sure Phil will do his share of twerking in the movie. I'm sure he does. Yeah.
And high kicks.
Yeah. Digby, cool and creepy. Big Paddy Kingsland vibe. Dystopian nightmare. Now that's what Doctor Who music should sound like. And PB himself is saying some 80s Who there. Yeah, you can hear it, can't you? It's definitely there. Mark Walker, Doctor Who is not adolescent. It's about time for a fan film. It's good to see them coming back. And Lex is saying, now that's Doctor Who. Looking forward to it. 10 out of 10. Lots of great things here for you, Phil. I'm sure you can see it. Atmospheric, says Raymond. This is great, says Digital Pollution. I'm getting shivers down my spine. I've not experienced in decades with this Who music, says Funky. Terrified Monk is saying, I like it. Silurian Skies is also praising it in the chat as well. And Derek Hart, a bit like the Sea Devils music, but much better done. Pertwee, he wants to make sure. Timescales, thank you very much. Jess Coburn, that's future Doctor Who, looks the part.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Cass saying, as the cyber leader would say, excellent. Yeah. Woodhouse 122, very radiophonic workshop-like music. Isn't it great? Graham is saying it's truly, truly impressive. And Legion of James saying, proving yet again just how completely terrible the show has become. Yeah, they keep missing it, don't they? They just don't miss it. Salarian Skies wants to know who did it. Again, the composer is Stephen Ford for the Doctor Who Meets the Scorpion fan film, coming soon. So stay with us here on Who's Views. We're going to tell you more about it, obviously, when Phil's ready to. And here he is here saying, my pleasure. Thanks, everyone. No, thank you. Really appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I just thought it was great to share all this because we've got Killbot, hello to you. Guys, because there's Murray Gold going on about the Hooniverse show, talking about albums for the 23, 24, 25 episodes. And I just thought, please.
But that music we just heard, it gives a real Doctor Who vibe to it. It's atmospheric. It's got scares about it. I think it's going to make it nice and atmospheric and give Doctor Who the scary quality it used to have back. That'd be very nice, you know.
Yeah, and I don't think they would. I think Russell's going to do that simply because he's terrified of terrifying the kids.
Yeah, they're going to have to if they've no budget, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Excited to see some proper Who, says Chris Graham. I'm really looking forward to. I mean, he spent so much time and money on this thing as well. And from the photographs we've shown here on Headlines before, it's looking really good. And when you get a little sneaky preview of the incidental music to that, wow. Wow.
Yeah. It's lovely.
Matt Enspiel, can you play it again, please, JT? I might do towards the end of the show, Matt. Let's see how we go, because we've got a lot to talk about. But between that and our brand new theme for our Sarah Jane Adventures, thank you for everybody saying that you've spoiled us tonight. I hope so, because I feel spoiled this week as well, getting those bits of music. I'm absolutely thrilled and delighted. Really is. Yeah, so stay with us. Stay with us. I hope you two like that.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Superb. Absolutely superb. Yeah,
something different for us all, anybody, wasn't it?
But it just, you know, that's the closest you've felt to anything related to proper Doctor Who in a long time. You know, we say earlier on that for Christmas, you know, there isn't a Doctor. No, but we've got Phil. You know, and I forget the lady's name, his companion. She looks the part as well, to be quite honest. Never mind Gatwa with resting bitch face, whatever her name was, Setu or whatever.
Oh Christ, hope she's not coming back. Oh God.
let's get Phil and that companion in.
I've just realized I didn't say thank you at the beginning of the show like I normally did to everybody that's been getting in touch with us this week. So I'm going to do it right now. I've just gone 9:15. Sorry about that, but everyone, I want to say a huge problem. I want to say a huge thank you, Rhoda. To Problem Big, to Funky, to Rory Stannage, to Bill Oddie's Love Child, to Digby Strawbridge, to George Cairns, to Phil Roy, to Mark Holt, to Lex Kane, to Mike Bakerfrost, The Watkin, to Davey B96, to David Phillip, I Love to Be, Lawrence Steele, the Legion of James, and Envoy from Mirror City, which sounds like a Doctor Who story itself. It does. Thank you so much for all your communications this week. And again, a big thank you to both Phil and PB there for the music that came to me this week. I'm feeling very blessed from both of you. So thank you so much. We're going to be looking now at this particular rumour that's been around for some time because it seems to be gaining momentum. I am, of course, talking about this with lots of people this week. This is just 3 examples of picking up the story that HBO looks like it's going to be getting Doctor Who. As you can see there, Collider says HBO looks to acquire one of the world's oldest sci-fi franchises. CBR, HBO Max positioned to replace Disney Plus as Doctor Who's next US streaming home. And our very own The Radio Times, the BBC teases potential new streaming partner for Doctor Who as the show's future affirmed as a, quote, treasured brand. So this is something that's been around maybe before Christmas time.
If it's a treasured brand, what do they do to brands that are crap? I wonder.
Yeah. More of that coming up in this particular part of the show now. Yeah. But this rumor, I mean, it was a fan rumor, but it didn't help by the speculation because, of course, we saw RTD with the current squeeze in New York at The View with those awful women blethering on about crap. And also hearing the fact that allegedly Julie Gardner had joined them. Jane Tranter was there. Somebody else there was somebody from BBC Studios. It doesn't help it does help to fuel that rumor, isn't it? Because HBO do have a big office, of course, in New York, don't they? So what do you think this likelihood is now with this being picked up by, and that was just 3 Who views, 3 examples. I have got loads of them here. and I couldn't be bothered doing slides for them all of these outlets picking this story up, Paul.
Do you think they're picking up the story from just rumours generated on the internet? Because that's what tends to happen. And HBO, don't they have a connection with Bad Wolf anyway through other shows that they do? So it's easy to misconstrue what's going on a bit, isn't it, to be honest?
Aren't HBO owned or part owned by Paramount? Do Paramount have a stake in HBO? I don't know for sure. It's just speculation, but I hope...
The guys in the chat will know.
Right, because... seeing what Paramount have done with the latest iteration of Star Trek, which, like Doctor Who, is just not Star Trek. It's not. They've done an RTD to Star Trek to the point where Star Trek's probably unrecoverable now, which is tragic.
Like Doctor Who is exactly the same.
There's millions and millions and millions of fans that are going to be absolutely heartbroken. So when you've got
not watching Ian, just like Doctor Who.
No, you had last year you had Kurtzman. Was it last year or the year before? You had Kurtzman and RTD saying how much the two series were in each other's pockets, and it's like, they're both set out to destroy them, and they both succeeded.
Yes. And they're both looking at a minority audience because that's who they're targeting it for. Yeah. And Kurtzman and RTD, I mean, we've mentioned before, haven't we, how Kurtzman is there. You can see him on the Tube of Who on many, many shows. He's there on a camera being an absolute prat by actually saying we're not interested in Star Trek. We're using it as a vehicle for our political messages. Which is exactly the same thing that RTD is doing.
If you're going to do something else, just do your own program. Don't spoil a 6-year-old franchise. It's crazy.
The problem is if they do their own program, like we've just seen with War Between the Land and the Sea, it doesn't work.
No.
So what they do is they take an established franchise like Doctor Who and Star Trek, push the messaging into that, and watch it flop, just like Kennedy did with Star Wars. Awful. Funky, I just wanted to bring in Funky very quickly for his super chat. Thank you for that. Glad you got the chat issues from Wednesday sorted. I hope I have. Thank you very much. That wasn't me. It was down to the platform I use. It disconnected from the Tube of Who. No idea why it would do that. It's ridiculous. But thank you, Funky. I'm really pleased. HBO UK, says Frankie, hits UK on 26th of March. Gosh. And Domgo is saying, does it really matter who's going to stream this crap? Crap is crap, no matter how you deliver or badge it. True. Is
that portentous? Because wasn't 26th of March the day that Rose showed in 2005?
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, of course it was.
Can't you
I'm sure that's purely coincidental.
In the UK in the same way you can do with Disney, no?
I don't know enough about it. Let's see what they're saying in the chat. Keep your chats coming. Answer these questions for us because you guys know more about this than we do at the moment. We've got Camp 1970 Lives. Evening, JT, Paul, and Ian. Excellent fellows, all of them. I've been watching whilst getting my dinner. One of these days I'll get to eat at a human time. Raymond is asking, didn't Paramount buy HBO this week? And Rick Storm is saying HBO is now Paramount. The Allisons have finally cancelled Kurtzman Trek, so things are looking up. You're kidding me. I haven't heard about that. Have they really? I had not. I knew
they'd given the Star Trek Academy tosh 2 seasons, and I think like Gatwa Who, I think they filmed the 2 series together.
Yes.
So
on the filming of series 2, and it must be difficult for them because everybody associated that, including those big mouth stupid actors who are all part of the they're all going on about crap. They would have seen as they were working on this thing that the show wasn't working and it wasn't well received. At least Gatwa and whoever he was working with at the time didn't get to see any of that because they finished as the thing was being broadcast in the first series. That's interesting. The cancelled Kurtzman Trek, apparently, according to Rick Storm. That's exciting. Matt is saying to us, treasured brand, treasured cash cow, when they get it right, more like. Matt, that's what I've been saying, isn't it, on the show for weeks? It's no longer about the show. It's about the money. Doctor Who, unfortunately, like other franchises, Star Trek, Star Wars, everything like that, even Indiana Jones, to be honest, have now become money. It's all about the money now. They've become these things where everybody involved with it goes, right, we can make money for this. But they don't understand the audience. They don't understand the show. They put all their crap into it. And then they wonder, why don't people like this? Oh, that's right, because they're far right.
Oh, because we're being lectured to, that's why.
Yeah. HBO part of Warner Brothers D, I would imagine that means. Thank you, Frankie. Has just been bought by Paramount for how many pages? Goodness me, $110 billion. Oh,
Wow.
110 billion. Wow, that's outrageous. Chester, hello, Chester's Reviews. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you for ages. I hope you are well, my friend. HBO definitely has a history for making some really good shows, but unless we get a different showrunner, it probably won't be enough to save the quality of the show. I totally agree. It's all down. I mean, I don't like it when people say, oh, it was Disney's fault that the last 2 series failed. No, it's not. No, it's not. It was down to RTD and the cronies around him in Wales who wouldn't stand up to him to say, you're doing this wrong. This is not what it's about. You're not writing Doctor Who. You're not producing Doctor Who here. You've done something completely different. And that's not Doctor Who. You're just using it as a vehicle. So I totally agree, Chester. And these, I've been saying for weeks, haven't I, guys? Years maybe here on the channel. They have to get rid of RTD before they bring Doctor Who back because he will just destroy it once and for all again. Get rid of him. It's as simple as that. And get somebody in with no agenda who will leave their politics at the bloody door and just write good science fiction Doctor Who. That's all we want. And then watch it be a hit.
Yeah. It's not just RTD, though, is it? You have to get rid of him and you have to sever every link with Bad Wolf. Nobody involved in that organisation should be able to touch this series ever again. Ever.
Yeah. Thank you for all your comments coming on. Legion of James saying Paramount outbid Netflix for the Warner Brother takeover, which HBO was included in, I think. So if true, it will go one of 2 ways, really well or really, really badly. It's always quite interesting to me how we don't get each other necessarily. I certainly don't. I don't understand the way the American networks work and the fact that everybody seems to be owning everybody else every 2 seconds. And they don't understand how the BBC works, quite frankly. It's very interesting. It's all confusing. Woodhouse122 is saying the HBO Rumour is a load of rubbish. And it's all from that Deadline interview. Yeah, there's been 7. Deadline are actually great with their interviews. We're going to be talking about one very shortly, so stay with us. But good point of view, Woodhouse. And PB, love the music, says Count 1970 Lives, like a mixture of sci-fi, pirate, adventure themes. Fantastic stuff, mate. Thank you very much. Chester is also saying to us here now, HBO is Warner Brothers. Right. Thank you for that, mate. And Chester is, of course, over in the States. Jamie Knight is saying to us, HBO belongs to Warner Brothers, which is now owned by Paramount. You see, this, guys, blows my mind, because in my day, Warner Brothers was over there, and they were in competition with Paramount that were further down the street.
Yeah.
This whole streaming thing has changed everything in the industry, and they're always chasing the next thing, aren't they? They're chasing the next big, and they're missing the mark. They're always getting it wrong.
Yeah, and you've got others as well. I mean, let's not forget Amazon.
Yeah, true. That's true.
They've bought Bond, haven't they? Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah. So they have, yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, it does confuse me. It honestly.
They're supposed to be on the cusp of announcing a new Bond at some point, I think.
Yes, I heard that this week as well. That they're nearly ready to go, and they're also doing the I think it's a prologue series, aren't they, of Young Bond? Because that other series, which is very similar thing. What's it called? Sparrow or something like that? I've watched it, but there's a series that the kids are, it's actually very popular with the young ones, about this young lad who's in his teenagers, who has all these adventures and is a spy. So they're obviously going to try and copy that formula as Bond as a boy. How ridiculous.
Well, I'd heard they were looking at
Twilight years with Pierce Brosnan then.
Yeah.
I'd heard they were looking at Paramount and they were doing MI6 Academy where they're all gay, apparently. And Bond wears a dress.
They've got,
allegedly.
I mean, with Doctor Who, again, as we say, it doesn't matter who's going to stream it over in America. I still think the BBC can do it themselves. Mark Walker is saying, yes, Paramount has cancelled Kurtzman Trek. I am very happy about that, and I'm very happy for the Star Trek fans. But will it be enough? Will a new Star Trek with a new production team be enough to bring the fans back? It's to say exactly the same with Doctor Who. If they get rid of RTD and they recast behind the scenes, they have to get it 100% perfect, don't they, for all of us to come back and kiss its arse after all these years that they've been hating on us, really. I don't know. It's a sad state of affairs. It just shows as well, doesn't it, with this HBO Rumour now becoming this big thing in the last few days as well, with all these news sources picking it up and running with it. I mean, the public, the not-we's don't give a toss about this sort of stuff, do they? And they won't care here in the UK if Doctor Who doesn't come back now, to be quite honest. Will they? So, I mean, I just don't understand why the BBC guys isn't just looking at this in-house and doing it themselves.
Yeah.
It'd be a smaller scale failure if they do. So.
Yeah, and they'd maximise the revenue from foreign sales, wouldn't they? So if they weren't just palming it off for a lump sum, if they made it right and it was a success again. But like we've said it so many times, haven't we? That I genuinely don't think you could come back and make Doctor Who now, even if it was good, and have it as a success, because it's too tainted. You need to give it some time.
Well, it was so public with Disney. Disney's such a big company. They did it in such a public way. You can't avoid the fact it was so bad, and the ratings just completely tanked. And no matter how much they spin it, they cannot tell us it did well. It failed.
Yes. Big time, to be quite honest. Big time. I mean, I don't understand why. I've said it before on the show, Who Viewers, and I'm going to say it again. I don't understand why people who fail are constantly rewarded these days. Is it purely because they tick a box? Is it purely because the contracts are that tight? Is it because everybody's absolutely terrified of being sued? But we've got, in Doctor Who, as we all know, RTD has had major flops over the last couple of years with Doctor Who. And here he is being told, oh, you can write a Christmas episode. Here's some money. There's 60 minutes, go.
There's probably an option in his contract if the Disney deal failed that there'd be something to tie it up. That's all probably already been written before it been started with Disney. Probably some kind of get out thing or something, But,
yeah, possibly.
Lex got a super chat for us here, guys. Paramount once owned some of Marvel before Disney got it all. Paramount now owns DC Comics, and James Gunn might be out the door. Good, because that Superman film was bloody awful.
Yes, it was.
It was terrible. And
isn't there a Supergirl coming as well? A Supergirl film. She had a cameo in that, didn't she? And the dog's hers.
Supergirl's like a party animal, isn't she? I bet.
Yeah. But Supergirl is out this summer. Not interested in it at all. I'm not interested in it. I'm more interested in the Masters of the Universe movie, June the 5th. I'm going to be seeing that. Supergirl, you can fly away.
I'm more interested in the Henry Cavill reboot of Highlander.
Yes. And Lex, you sent me something interesting about the Highlander reboot today, didn't you, Lex? Let me just see if I can find it. Ian, you'll like this, because I don't know if you've seen this. But
I think I know the picture you're going to put up, if that's what it is. I won't spoil it for you.
Well, go on then, go ahead, because I'm going to show on the show. Who is it?
It's Christopher Lambert together with Henry Cavill. He's made a cameo in the Highlander reboot. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Fantastic. I can't wait for that. They have to do it properly, and if Cavill's involved, he is very particular and meticulous, isn't he? Yes, and all credit to him. I think he'll be fantastic. I can't wait to see the sword fights. Oh wow! I can't think of anybody else who could possibly do it justice. Really.
I'm quite looking forward to The Mandalorian, but I might be alone in that. But yeah, just me.
Yeah. Yes, you are. Just to confirm, yes, you are. Derek Hart is saying to us, HBO streaming is coming to the UK, Paul. I'm not sure if it's this month or next. On Sky TV streaming, new members get Sky, HBO, Disney, and Netflix for £22 or £24. Sky is so expensive. I know so many people who over the last year have got rid of Sky.
Yeah.
Don't forget here, we're also paying for a BBC television license, which is going up every single year now. And they say if you have Sky, you have to have the television license because it's live television. So they've got a bloody nerve. Don't get me started on the BBC. Wrestling Daniel, hello mate, how are you? The BBC are lazy, that's why, JT. Doctor Who needs a rest. It needs a long rest. Yeah. As they said in 85 and 89. The Doctor needs a rest. We'll bring him up. But we are talking about how time seems to be repeating itself, everybody, because we're hearing the same sorts of things. We're going to be coming to that in a second. But yeah, so we've got all this stuff going on about this. So Legion of James Behave is saying, I'm more interested in Henry Cavill. Yeah, I bet you are. And Terrified Monk saying, I'm more interested in Who's Views than Supergirl. Well, good for you. we've probably got more viewers at the moment than they have. We've got more viewers at the moment than the BBC's probably got, to tell you, after the mess they've made of things this week again. Goodness me.
It was a big mistake getting rid of Cavill as Superman as well. They made a big mistake there. Really.
Oh,
he was
God.
a good Superman, I thought. I thought he had great
really
potential.
good, yeah.
If he'd been given a proper Superman type script, I would have been very, very, very happy.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know,
it's almost like they get to a point where they have something really good and go out of their way to trash it, because there was the film with Dwayne Johnson called Black Adam, and Cavill's Superman made a cameo right at the very end, and you thought, oh, this could be an interesting.
Yeah,
and that was the last you had of him, you know.
I didn't mind that film, actually. I thought it was a sort of comic film, you know, like it's supposed to be, like a comic strip.
Yeah.
Run wild. I didn't mind. That was with, what's his name? What did you say his name was? The Rock.
Dwayne Johnson, Dwayne
Johnson. It was a good fan. Enjoyed it. It's a good film. Yeah.
But he's a big comic book fan as well, isn't he? So he understands the genre. And then they got rid of him.
I thought Ben Affleck as Batman was good as well. They got rid of him too, which is really stupid, you know.
And I've got to say, Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. Whew.
Yeah, superb. Yeah.
Fabulous. Oh, I've got the theme music for her in my head now. She was.
Never thought someone could top Linda Carter, but she did, which is good.
She did, absolutely.
But that 1980s film was crap.
Oh, it was. It was such a shame.
It was.
Didn't they? Yeah.
Again, they got something really good and went out of their way to balls it up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Sky is too dear. Prices are a pea-take. Jamie Knight, yours. Henry McAville any day, misses. Problem being, from the comment you made before, did I say that out loud? Yes, you did. Behave yourself. Funky is saying to us, he's a fan of Dean Kane's Superman. There's a name. God bless him. And P. Ferreira, just to show all sorts of views on our show, Gal Gadot was a terrible Wonder Woman. Oh, I loved her. I loved her.
Yeah.
I loved her. That first film was the best one, and I can watch that any happen. My favorite scene. We're off on tangents, don't care. But my favorite scene in that first film, P. Ferreira, in the first Wonder Woman film, is the bit where she goes over, "No man can cross this." And I expected to say, "Yeah, but I'm not a man." You know, and she just went up, and that beautiful shot where the costume's revealed properly, and she's walking across, and getting goosebumps. Love that scene. That's how you empower female superheroes properly on the screen. What a scene. Thank you for that, everybody. And Rick Storm saying to us, well, there are rumors that the Snyderverse may be making a comeback under the new regime. Now, when you say Snyderverse, I always think of Earthshock.
Yeah. Just a little.
He was a director for. He was a director for.
In it,
Batman versus Superman, wasn't he?
Yeah. Very mixed. We're not really supposed to be talking about Gal Gadot, but there's a very mixed reception to it. I don't care. I loved her. Problem being, saying I was on set of Wonder Woman. Ooh, get you! I got a double take look and a smile from her. Oh, how fabulous! How fabulous.
PB, did you? If you were on set, did you ever meet the child that played the young Wonder Woman? Curious, because I knew that person, and horrible, really unpleasant child.
Oh, really? Oh, there you go. Yeah. Linda Carter is Wonder Woman, says Dirty Davros. She certainly was. Got the DVDs there. We grew up with her in the 70s. Unfortunately, Ms. Carter and I have fallen out over the TQ issue because she's on the other side of the fence there, which is very sad. And Derek Hart is saying only a bit of Wonder Woman 84 was the end with Linda Carter doing a cameo. That was sweet. That was a lovely thing, actually. That was really good. Anyway, let's all get back to Doctor Who now, everybody, because that's what we're here to do. So that was the HBO side of stuff. And it makes me wonder just exactly, about, we know they do this. We know what happens is basically these people look for stories, don't they? The woke trope being one of the worst, awful headlines they've had in their paper this week. They make me sick, quite frankly. They troll shows like ours. They troll the internet, don't they? They look at the rumors and then they dig stories out of them, which is whatever.
It wouldn't surprise me if that was the case, because these streaming companies or these TV companies, they kind of play like franchise monopoly, don't they? Buy things up, and want to get them all and have them all themselves,
I mean, look at Disney. They brought every franchise going, didn't they? And it's interesting that up until recent years, Doctor Who was not actually a franchise.
Yeah.
It was just a British television show. And the BBC have done whatever they can to make it into a franchise because they've always wanted to sit with Star Trek and Star Wars on that platform. And then they go and hired RTD, who made sure it never will.
Yeah.
Really.
Yes.
Luckily, Star Trek and Star Wars followed that route as well with the far left agendas and have fallen down now as well. But if Star Trek's coming off, guys, for a little bit of time, it looks like Doctor Who has as well. Now, we've talked about this before. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about the new BBC or the latest BBC Studios chief executive, or whoever he is, the program maker. And we were talking about him and how he was basically saying, guys, if you remember, that they're going to get the Christmas thing out the way, because obviously somebody commissioned it. And so, oh yeah, we're going to do it. And they're going to get the Christmas thing out the way, and then they're going to look at it. So for those of us that were around in 1989, this is all very familiar because that's exactly what they said back then with Peter Cushing. Okay. Yeah. So we've got Zy Bennett at BBC Studios now saying the same thing. Well, Lindsay Salt is out there as well. Who is Lindsay Salt, I hear you say? Well, Lindsay Salt is the BBC's director of drama, not BBC Studios, but the BBC's director of drama. So, of course, she'll work with studios, guys, about new things that are coming up, and she'll work with them about commissioning stuff and ordering stuff, all that sort of stuff, you know. So she's going to be working with them. But as you can see, this is a very interesting article from Deadline. Now, Deadline seems to be getting an awful lot of good interviews with people from the BBC right now. I'm not quite sure how, but they are. I'm going to start reading this article for you guys, and then we'll come to the interesting bit on screen, because this is from Deadline. Almost exactly 2 years ago to the day, Lindsay Salt stood in front of a room packed full of some of the biggest stars and most storied creatives and producers from the world of British TV drama. In many ways, they say, the BBC's director of drama commissioning had been preparing for this moment for the entirety of her first 12 months in one of the most powerful jobs in British television. That night, she unveiled an enormous slate with a dozen shows totaling 66 hours, featuring the likes of Rebecca Hall, Joseph Fiennes, and Amy Lou Wood, and coming from the creative minds of Richard Gadd, James Graham, Alice Birch, and more. In an era of what she termed peak caution, Salt, who manages a drama budget of hundreds of millions of pounds per year, called on producers, writers, and directors to venture into the creative unknown for her. Does Doctor Who fit into all this? Again, guys, from that little thing that she said 2 years ago, there's this whole thing about, I get the feeling there's new brooms coming into the BBC again now, and they want their own stuff. And let's face it, said it before, Doctor Who is an old show commissioned by people that haven't been in the BBC for years. Do you know what I'm saying here?
What was that phrase you said again? She described creative, what did you say? Creative unknown.
Yes, she wants directors, producers, and writers to venture into the creative unknown.
That's what worries me. That sounds awful.
Oh, really? Why does it worry you?
Does. Well, I mean, one thing is they're not making Doctor Who if they're doing new things, but the creative unknown always sounds a bit suspect. You know, how wanky or pretentious it's going to be, who knows? But it'll be a more gender pushing and tick boxing, no doubt, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Just sounds like pompous toss, isn't it?
Yeah, pretentious crap. Yeah.
You're dealing with people in the alleged show business entertainment industry, though, Dr. Ian.
Yeah, I bet she lives in Islington.
Probably, yes. And doesn't like our national flag, allegedly.
No.
All probability, it's all alleged. Funky is saying Salt, as in the character in the fishy thing.
Yeah, it was named after her. Yeah.
A good point there, mate. Absolutely good. But yeah, I mean, you know, we have to remember as well that the fishy thing here in the United Kingdom, which has not yet been seen anywhere outside the United Kingdom, P.S., you're not missing anything, it was terrible, was pushed very quickly to the end of the year to get it out of the way, because we were getting 2 episodes every Sunday, and it's only 5 episodes long. So we were getting 2 hours of absolute sheer boredom on BBC One. The article continues, everybody. Yet the industry was only just emerging from the US labor strikes. Do you remember them? And venturing into said unknown became tougher when the BBC was rocked by an unprecedented slowdown in American funding for its shows. Again, it makes me wonder, why? Oh, let's face it, your shows are crap, and it's alienated millions of people, not just in your country, in America, but over here as well, because only a minority is going to watch the crap you're churning out. Why won't these people learn? Start doing good programs again. Get rid of these people with far left agendas. Honest to God. It carries on by saying the brief post boom era was very much over and Salt needed to get on board quickly. Soon after, the corporation, that's the BBC, of course, publicly admitted for the first time ever that it was struggling to fund its own slate. Surprise, surprise, still is here. Shows like the high-profile adaptation of Booker Prize winner Shuggie Bain. I've never heard of any of this because I don't watch the BBC.
Shuggie Bain, did you say?
Yes. Ring a bell?
No, just an unusual sounding name. That was,
No, it says,
Sounds like a character off Starsky and Hutch, doesn't it?
yeah, or Rhapsody Nesbitt, to be honest. Yeah.
I was going to say Rap. Yeah, Rhapsody. With A24 being left in funding limbo, often still requiring more than half of their budget from outside sources to get to a position where they could film. What followed was former Sky Netflix Commissioner Salt's trickiest few months at the BBC. That was the moment, Salt tells Deadline, at the BBC's new broadcasting house. This phrase came up about 2 years ago about a two-tier system. That's so on the ball at the moment, everybody. We're always talking about two-tier Kia. Where it was like PSBs, which is public service broadcasters, can do certain types of show and streamers do a different, more expensive type. And I just didn't want that to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. We had to reject that and find ways to still do those bigger budget shows. And then it goes on to say, all the usual stuff that you're going to meet. Deadline. She's sitting down. She's now giving her first big interview 3 years into the job. And she says, I hear about these glory days where everyone was just offering full funding on every single show, but I didn't know any different. She adds, I do now feel like we weathered the storm. Seeing the industry rally around to protect BBC output and say it's still vital that we do big shows was so important. In Salt's view, if you lose the BBC at your peril, as she urges audiences to contribute to the government's vital green paper into the future of the corporation. So I'm going to leave it there now and get your opinions on that particular one before we get into what she says about Doctor Who, because she is saying, again, this thing that the left wing always love about, lose the BBC at your peril. Am I just alone, everybody, in thinking, I don't give a stuff about the BBC and get rid of it as soon as possible?
Well, I agree. I mean, I used to be a massive fan of the BBC, not anymore.
Back in the day.
It's like, well, if they can't make unbiased news programs for a start, and they can't make decent dramas and things like that, what's the point of them? To be fair, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's
I'm the same. I'm the same, really. I've got no affinity for the BBC whatsoever. It used to be the be all and end all for me, you know, when obviously when classic Doctor Who was on through the 70s and 80s, it was absolutely vital. But when they sacked that off, I started to drift from it a little bit. And of course, then we had the resurgence in 96 and then the hope in 2005, but that's rapidly turned sour. And now I've got no time for it. I would see it gone tomorrow. And I don't think the country would be any worse for it.
I can't stand all the scamming. You know, RTD, as we've illustrated perfectly on our show over the last couple of years, is very good at scaremongering, isn't it? And it works for him because he's always talking about, the far right. And if they come for us, they come for you and all this. And if you are not part of this TQ cult that I am part of and passionately believe in, then you are not the right sort of gay. Therefore, illustrating exactly who's in the wrong. Thank you very much. I get this an awful lot. But they're always scaremongering in the same way about, if you lose the BBC, you lose the best resource. They're living in the past. The BBC was the best resource in British television when it was relevant enough. And now, because we've got 6,000 million zillion channels, the BBC is no longer that relevant. You can't trust the BBC. You know, you've got all the alternative media. And I say to people I know, why are you just listening to the BBC and ITN? Why are you not putting it out there and listening some of the alternate stuff? And you know what they say to me, guys? Basically, in a nutshell, Who viewers, they say they won't watch things which are alternative news sites like GB News or Talk Radio or Talk TV as they are now, because they're far right. Well, who told you that? Have you seen some of the plebs they get onto GB News talking with their far left nonsense?
Yeah.
Have you seen it? I'm throwing custard pies at the screen when they're on, and I'm talking, not literally, but well, shut up, you idiot! Shut. I mean, come on, it's scaremongering, isn't it? To say if you lose the BBC, you're losing a vital resource, surely.
But as we said before, I mean, the BBC used to be kind of impartial, or it felt like that for a time, and now they just give one point of view. They don't give different points of view. It's just their agenda. That's all they give.
Yes.
They used to be respected. And they certainly aren't now. They're needed by those on the left because it's their main publicity arm, if you like. But they are very much, I think, the enemy of the BBC is the enemy of the majority of the people in this country. And the worst thing is that the majority of the people in this country who it is the enemy of are forced to fund it.
You just have to watch all the news programs like the Breakfast News or Newsnight or Question Time to see how they push agendas politically massively. If they're meant to be impartial, they should be giving, because they get reform on all the time and they just beat them up all the time, and attack them for anything they say that can be potentially inflammatory. It's ridiculous, honestly.
Well, they won't entertain certain ideas. I see any BBC content from other sources included in their shows on the Tube of Who. And one thing that gets me today is I still can't believe Question Time is allowed on the air. And then I realized, it's the BBC. It's bound to be because it's so biased. And the fact that the audience these days, as I know for a fact, because it's been in the town where I live in, and they did have plants in the audience because people were being paid to be a plant with a certain point of view.
How did they get away with that? Do you remember years ago? I think was it the Vanessa show?
Allegedly.
She got allegedly they got cancelled because the people in the audience who were actually actors or whatever doing stuff, and they were the same the way they're doing on Newsnight allegedly. I had Question Time, but how do they get away with it if that's the case? It's ridiculous.
I don't know. Well, I think it's because it favours a certain point of view, which at the time could work for certain parties in power here in the UK. I have to be honest. Over the last few days, everybody, I've tried to look at social media as little as I can, because after certain things were going on, I just thought this country has lost the plot. I mean, I knew it was on the way, but I certainly believe it's there now. And you can call me what you like. I certainly believe that people are just not bothering to research, not bothering to be intelligent, and just joining on a bandwagon because of their own need for a validation. Personally, I need to be seen as a good person. You're doing the wrong thing. You're aligning with people that are destroying the country, don't like women, and are after LGB or even your TQ cult. You hypocrites. The BBC is not important, says John the computer doctor. Not sure why some people think it is. Because it used to be, John, didn't it? It used to be the main resource, the main news resource around the world, not just in the BBC, because we had the BBC World Service. But now, I think you really need to question everything that the BBC gives you, personally. Not that I would watch any of it. I don't know. I get my news from other sources. But I can't stand this whole thing, guys, about lose the BBC at your peril. Let's lose the BBC and see what peril comes off the back of it, Lindsay.
It's the politics of fear, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a ridiculous angle to take, trying to scare people into doing what you want them to do, or to just support the status quo. It's a naff situation. Why would anybody in their right mind want to keep it?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And the fact is now, the BBC were not ready and are still not ready for all these other channels that have come about, even though I believe they were aware it was happening in the 90s. The late 90s, they were aware that this could happen because everybody was following the American model. And with the changes that we had in the 90s in broadcasting, it was pretty obvious. Sky came along, first of all, the BSB or whatever it was called, remember? It was pretty obvious, all the, Channel 4 in 82, BSB, Channel 5 appeared. It was pretty obvious that more were on the way as we moved to digital, Paul.
They're just behind the times. They're so far behind the times, they can't keep up. And they're really panicking, aren't they? They're desperate to stay relevant and they can't manage it.
Yeah,
it's bizarre how they work, because they see it all happening around them, and they almost have a look that I imagine is probably like the look that Joe Biden had on his face a lot of the time, just like complete bemused, where am I and have I filled my nappy kind of thing. They never seem to catch on. It's like you say, it was happening in America first and it comes over here, but there's certain things that they absolutely refuse to adopt, because if they followed the American model, iPlayer would be subscription by now. But it's not. But then it's not, because unlike America, they have a large proportion of the British population with the arm twisted behind the back saying you have to pay for us, whether you watch it or not. And it's
Yeah.
It's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. Nowhere else would this be allowed. It's this sodding country every time.
I know. I mean, I've said it before, haven't I? I don't recognise my beloved country now, and I'm British and I'm proud of it. And I'm absolutely lost. I look around me and I don't know what the hell is going. And I can sort of pinpoint where we went wrong. And unfortunately, I was part of it. And that was 1997.
Yeah.
And the way the vote went then, I think that was actually part of going downhill when that idiot Blair came in, who I idolised at the time. I have to say, I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread, but we were just coming off the back of 14 years of the Tories, I guess, and we were young and naive and had hair and we didn't know what we were talking about. Lots of you in the chat. Thank you so much.
What's the difference? No, we don't have any hair. Is that the difference? Apart from me, and obviously, yeah.
Keep your chats coming, everybody, as we get into this. We keep going on about this. Steve Braddock is saying, I watch more Who's Views than the sodding BBC. Well, good for you, Steve, and I'm very happy to hear you. Very good. Yes, John Mason, we all fell for it, JT, hook, line and sinker, and look where we are. Look where we are under that. Back to the article. Thankfully, Salt, it says, now acknowledges the two-tier system never came to be, although some shows still remain in limbo. American co-production money has slowly been creeping back into the market, and Salt comes bearing receipts. Since the start of the year, the BBC has launched The Night Manager Season 2, which was 10 years after the first series. And that was in co-production, guys, apparently, with Amazon. Mention them. Industry.
That was a fast turnaround, that one, wasn't it? Yeah.
Did they all age much? I bet Olivia Colman's still in this bloody woman.
She is, yeah.
God, she's gone right down in my estimation now. Oh, I think I'm a gay man. You bloody aren't. Grow up and get off the bandwagon, you stupid cow. Season 2 with Amazon, Industry Season 4 with HBO, and Jack Thorne's Lord of the Flies, which has just been sold to Netflix, because the BBC have that lovely deal with Netflix, don't they? Do you remember where, Netflix gets to turn around very, very quickly? We've reported on it before. You can see it if you've still got Netflix. The only big BBC launch that hasn't sold to the US is waiting for the adaptation of Andy West's prison memoir that was made for less cash than the other three, and it's a far, far more local story. That's 4 incredibly different shows, which really highlights the variety of what we can do, says Lindsay Salt. As ever, though, with these things, Doctor Who, of course, rears its ugly head. And I swear to God that these people must now know what Michael Grade, Preeta Kazim, and Jonathan Powell felt like in the late 80s, because it's going to haunt them for the rest of their lives. Subverting expectations is what this is all about. Remember that, okay? Because here she goes with this. The producers tell us that Salt is an acidly polite and upbeat executive and has a more populist tilt to her taste than her predecessor. Do you remember? Piers Wenger, who championed shows like Cole's I May Destroy You and now runs the UK outpost of hipster studio, blah, blah, A24. Salt, responding to this charge, bristles a touch at being called mainstream and says her taste is more complex. She adores Blue Lights, the Northern Irish cop show from Salisbury's Poisoning creators Declan Lawn and Adam Patterson, but reiterates several times during the interview that Cole and Gad, 2 of the top British authored voices of this era, are both making their next projects with the BBC. I think I put a lot of pressure on subverting expectations, she explains. That's sometimes the hardest thing. I want my team to read the script and be able to say, well, this is great, but we've seen it before, or this feels like a Happy Valley again. I'm always trying to think about both authored and mainstream shows with the hope that some of the shows that are more authored might cut through to the mainstream, and some of the more mainstream shows actually go off and do something unexpected. There are different ways of setting up a show, she adds, of the current landscape. We just need to make sure we do it in the right way and make sure we take the right time to do it. Ultimately, it's one of the BBC's most treasured brands, so it's not going anywhere. So guess what she was talking about there?
I wonder what, yes.
Yes, we all know. But can you see, I think there's the equivalent of a party line coming here, because we all know straight away she's talking about Doctor Who there. Straight away, because it's exactly very similar to the wording of Cy Bennett from BBC Studios that we covered a couple of weeks ago. When Deadline interrogates, that's a terrible word to use in this, everybody. When Deadline interrogates how Doctor Who can continue with millions of pounds less per budget episode, Salt again harks back to her early time in the post. I managed to walk into this job when the co-production market imploded, and I've learned a lot about the tenacity of producers and writers to make things at all budget levels, she adds. Things are getting funded in so many different ways now.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I.e., we don't currently have any money, and this next one might be cheap. Am I reading into it? This next one might look a little bit cheaper, because we've only got so much we're going to give you.
But it's fine. I often wonder, what is the definition of cheaper, though? Because if you look at what we have from Disney, right, and then you look at what they have with Jodie, and you look at what they have even with Peter Capaldi, even at the level of Capaldi wasn't that bad budget-wise, was it?
No.
Let's be honest,
No,
it's all right.
The thing about it as well is they were doing how many episodes a year then?
12 at that point, I think. Yeah,
About 12, yeah.
Yeah.
For probably 2 episodes of the latest crap with Disney, possibly.
Yeah.
I don't know because we don't know the money, but you know what I'm saying. The article continues. Salt doesn't rule out attempting to strike another splashy American co-production deal for Doctor Who. HBO Max, a streamer that the BBC is working with on Richard Gadd and Michaela Cole's new projects, is finally about to launch in the UK. We'll wait and see how we figure it out. HBO have been great partners creatively. There's a lot of stuff that is changing out there. Where Limbo projects are concerned, there is sadly no news on Shuggy Bain. Salt tells us a show that may be doomed to remain in financial purgatory, but Salt is more positive about the Ministry of Time, A24's adaptation of the hit Colleen Bradley novel, which Salt reveals will roll cameras later this year. Since being announced 2 years ago, that one had gone a bit quiet. Casting is still in play. And that's it. That's it. That's Doctor Who, done, dusted. There's the party line. Move on. What does it tell you?
Yeah, there's nothing to see here. Yeah.
Standard holding comments and hope that people don't ask again.
Yeah. I bet they are cursing that someone commissioned the Christmas special. I bet they are.
I bet they are now, Paul.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking that when I was reading it, because the way that both herself and Mr. Bennett moved it along, again, parallels to 1989. Nothing to see here. We've said what we're saying. That's the line. Get on with it. It's for the good of the show. I think it's gone after this Christmas episode. I think it's gone. I think the H word, hiatus, will be back in play. And we've more or less had that confirmed from Bennett, haven't we?
It might even be the C word, and I'm talking about cancelled here, just to cover myself.
Stony ground. But I think there's something definitely, I mean, come on. It's so quick. They talk about it so quick now. They really do. And you notice, and I checked this a couple of times, she doesn't mention he who shouldn't be mentioned any time at all as one of our brilliant leads again in writing, which we would normally do. They were used to be proud. Oh, we've got RTD writing Doctor Who for us now. No, she's moved on to names I don't know. Other people that have had hits.
Yes.
And
it's easy, we said before, to link people who are doing really well with Doctor Who projects, isn't it? Because it's an easy thing to say in a sentence to make it sound exciting. Doesn't mean it's happening, does it?
Exactly.
No.
Jamie Knight saying to us, you can do Doctor Who on the cheap. That's the beauty of the format. Well, it lasted for 26 years on 20 pence. Do you know what I mean? And gave us some of the best storytelling on British television ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Commanding audiences of millions for those 26 years.
It's a total fallacy to say that you need millions and millions and millions to do Doctor Who. You see some of the stuff that fans do with digital effects and everything on YouTube for zero money.
Yeah.
It's incredible. You don't have to, you can do things, little episodes in confined spaces, so you don't have many sets. If you have a series, do what they did in Tom Baker's first series. Have a 2 stories set at different time periods in the same place, so you can reuse the sets.
Yeah.
Why not be creative, be clever? Don't just use money as a crutch. But they don't have any idea.
You're absolutely right, Ian. I totally agree. Look at Daryl's stuff. Daryl Joyce.
Oh,
look at what Daryl does for nothing. Basically, he's got to pay for it, of course, but it's not billions, it's not millions, is it? I mean, look at and he captures Doctor Who within those seconds that he's produced these animations. It's amazing stuff. Stevie and Ginny Frith, good to see you. Funky is saying, just put Doctor Who Meets the Scorpion on BBC One for Christmas. What do you think, Phil? That could.
Make sure they pay you for it first. Yeah.
Oh God!
Oh yeah.
Imagine if it got better ratings than RTD's officially produced. Crap.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Based on reports released in July 2025, says Stephen O'Neill, regarding the 24 to 25 financial year, BBC Commercial, which is primarily BBC Studios, achieved a record revenue of 2.15 billion. I think we covered that on the show, guys. Remind me. I think we did.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
I vaguely remember.
Yeah. And Dystopian Nightmare saying to us, how about the base under siege idea from an old 1960s sci-fi show? Yes, that is what science fiction is about. But because they're too busy with their agendas now, they're not going to watch it because it's all about the feelings and it's all about the pronouns and it's all about how I need to present myself. And it's all about trying to get that minority audience that they're obsessed with. They're obsessed with it. In the BBC's case, they're obsessed with that minority young audience because they want to bring them in so they'll pay for the bloody license fee when they're old enough to get their own place. Or start paying for it, that's all it is. It's just shocking, absolutely shocking.
Bring back the scares and the thrills. That's what we want.
That's what we want. We want science fiction back.
It's not much to ask, really, is it?
Not really. Problem being, is saying, money compensates their lack of talent badly.
True. Imagination, yeah.
And Stevie and Jeannie Frith saying, 1989, history repeats. Yeah. Absolutely. Phil Roy is saying in response to Funky, it's a nice idea, but I doubt the BBC would be happy to put it out other than Curio on BBC Three. There is no way, Phil, that RTD would allow it anywhere near to be aired for the simple reason it might do better than his.
It could stand the competition, Phil. That's the thing. No. So
it would show him up. His arrogance wouldn't cope with it.
Yeah. Funky is replying to that, saying you'll probably beat Shooty's viewing figures on BBC Three or BBC Four. You absolutely would, because the thing with something like that is you get the original Doctor Who fans coming in to support another Doctor Who fan. But the interesting thing is, and I mentioned this to Paul ages ago, on Amazon, certainly you could a few weeks ago, on Amazon you can get Downtime.
Oh, right.
Now, do you not remember me telling you this, Paul?
I do know, no, you mentioned it, yeah.
And Downtime, of course, was a fan film which featured Liz Sladen as Sarah Jane Smith, Debbie, God bless her, Debbie Watling as Victoria Waterfield, Nick Courtney, God bless him, as the Brig. Do you remember, Paul? And the Yeti. Yeah. It was written by Mark Platt. And it's on Amazon, UK.
Yeah.
So, Phil, I thought of you when I saw this. I thought, hang on a minute. There's another possible, because they label it as in this spin-off from Doctor Who. I bet the BBC don't like that, but there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, they can.
No. Lex, through Super Chat, I've watched Neverending Story last night. Very great story. I'd love to do a review in it. Oh, God. I'll think about it. I haven't seen it for years. I'll think about it.
Can we get Lamal on the show? Can we? That'd be good.
Oh, blimey.
Well, he's still around. I met him years ago, He was lovely.
Yeah.
He was a really nice guy. We'll think about it, Lex. We'll think about it. RTD versus the Scorpion, says Dystopian Nightmare, and we'd all be rooting for the Scorpion.
Oh, God, yeah.
Wouldn't we? Honestly. And Problem Being is also saying, I love that film. Chasing an audience that doesn't exist, as Wrestling Daniel. That's Daniel, that's what they're doing. You absolutely know that's what they're doing. And how's that going for them? It's not going well at all. Now, the other thing about this as well that gets me is, as you can see there, the subject of Doctor Who is brushed away very, very quickly, isn't it, Who viewers? But Paul, you found something very interesting this week, which again shows me Doctor Who is not looked on, I believe, favorably anymore. No. Now, we've had in the last few years, I can't believe this. So I can actually, because I'm a big fan. Downton Abbey has had 3 big movies, all of which were hugely successful, following hugely successful 7 series on ITV. As we reported early last year, Call the Midwife, another BBC show, is getting a movie and a prelude series as a spin-off. Call the Midwife. It's huge. It's getting a movie. Where's Doctor Who in all this? And then this week, Paul sends this to me. Now, if you don't know, this is the cast of something called Ghosts, which is another BBC broadcasted show, isn't it, Paul?
It is indeed, yeah. It's like a modern-day version of Rent-A-Ghost. Who thought that would get a movie?
Yeah, and that's exactly it, because I looked into it, and here it is from BBC Media's press centre itself. Ghost feature film begins filming next month. Now, that means March. The wait is over. Ghosts, The Possession of Button House is coming to the big screen. BBC Film, Lionsgate, and BBC Studios have given Monumental Television, part of ITV Studios, it's getting very confusing, the green light to bring the beloved and award-winning BBC comedy Ghost to the big screen in Ghost, The Possession of Button House. Ghost stars, writers and creators Matthew Baynton, Simon Farnaby, Martha Howe-Douglas, Jim Howick, Lawrence Rickard, and Belle Wilbond, have written the feature-length family adventure film in which Lolly Adefope, Charlotte Ritchie, and Keel Smith Bino will also star. For award-winning producers Alison Owen and Deborah Hayward, Ghost, The Possession of Button House, I nearly said Button Moon, represents the perfect marriage of their long-standing expertise producing films and television. Simon Hind, Ghost, Motherland, Can You Keep a Secret, directs the film. Alison Carpenter and Andy Brunskill serve as producers. The creators, writers, also creators and stars of Yonderland and Bill, with the original stars of Horrible Histories, serve as exec producers. Jill Forbes is exec producer for Monumental. Exec producer for BBC Film, remember them, is Eva Yates. Lionsgate will distribute in the UK with Marie-Claire Benson and Emma Perkowski as exec producers. BBC Studios will distribute worldwide. I'll say that again. BBC Studios will distribute worldwide with Richard Acton as exec producer. The creators and writers say, we thought we had said goodbye to Button House at the end of the final series. We never planned to come back. But when we had the idea for this story, we all got so excited that we couldn't resist returning to our haunted home for one more adventure. We can't wait to be together and to welcome some brilliant new faces to tell this soul-stirring tale of life and death. Owen and Hayward say, we are thrilled to be bringing this hit comedy to the big screen for an even bigger audience to enjoy. Carpenter adds, we couldn't be more excited to be working with this exceptionally talented team once again, and with Simon at the helm. Die-hard fans and newcomers are in for a real treat. Eva Yates, director of BBC Film, says, at the BBC, we are overjoyed to be bringing our beloved Ghost back once again, this time for a hilarious and cinematic adventure for the enjoyment of audiences on big and small screen alike. Marie-Claire Benson, EVP of Head of the Motion Picture Group at Lionsgate, I'm getting a headache, says, we're proud to champion outstanding British filmmaking and excited to work with the remarkable Ghost team to bring Button House to UK cinemas. Richard Acton, EP for the BBC Studio, says, we're delighted to be partnering again with Monumental and the Ghost team and can't wait for international audiences, both new and old, to see this brilliant latest chapter in the Ghost story. Where's the Doctor Who movie?
Yeah. The BBC are very posh there, and that was just the cleaners, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's quoting Jasper Carrot, obviously, but
It's always been like this for Doctor Who, though, hasn't it? When Tom Baker was at his height, they couldn't do Scratchman. When Matt Smith was at his height, you know, Moffat was talking about films and he wouldn't want another Doctor. He'd want the TV Doctor to be the one that does it. Nothing ever happened then. That was probably the best time ever. Just towards the end of Tennant, beginning of Matt Smith, that was probably the best chance ever of doing it.
Yes.
And it just never ever did. It's like you had your Cushing films and that was it. And
why were they so scared to make a movie, though, then, with Moffat? They could have easily had a film Doctor quite easily. And wasn't one of the Harry Potter directors going to be involved with that particular movie? Yeah. And then he was then they thought, no, we can't do it. It's like, why not? You know?
Yeah.
But look at this. They are bigging up this thing. I don't know Ghosts. I've never seen it. I was aware it was around. Of course there was. I knew it was popular. I knew it was turning into a bit of a cult. I knew that the actors were going to be starting to make money off Comic Cons. I knew all that.
Yeah.
But look how quickly they managed to go from, oh, we've got an idea for another episode, let's make a movie, to filming in March 2026, where's the money come from miraculously?
Yeah.
I mean,
down the back of the sofa, obviously,
yeah. And the BBC Studios are distributing the film worldwide.
Yeah. So if they can do it with that, why can't they do it with Doctor Who? Yeah.
Does anybody else, who viewers, get the feeling that Doctor Who is done?
Yeah.
You see, to be honest, any time in the last 10 or 12 years, I think a Doctor Who film would have actually been embarrassing. So it's probably just as well that they haven't done it in recent years, to be fair. Because let's face it, they'd balls it up, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, they tested the water, didn't they, when they had all these screenings in cinemas, like Day of the Doctor and stuff like that. And we've had comparisons to how that did subsequently with other cinema versions of Doctor Who episodes being shown in the cinema. But at that point, the 50th, they could have made that a massive movie quite easily, you know?
And they should have done because Doctor Who was popular. And
Yeah.
instead of that awful Moffat script, I know it's controversial, don't care, it was awful. Instead of that, they should have written Doctor Who in the movie and brought that out as the 50th anniversary special.
Yeah,
You've got to go to the, and that could have led to a series of films. Stephen O'Neill is saying to us here, all three shows you mentioned, Ghost, Called the Midwife, and Peaky Blinders, have either finished a series or are finishing a series and are now being made into movie versions. Maybe it's the way forward. Well, to be honest, Stephen O'Neill, Star Trek actually was doing this years ago because the Next Generation finished after 7 years and then took over from the original crew in the movies. We're going to be reviewing them here on the channel. Make sure you subscribe. Whether they were successful financially, whether they're successful critically, we will soon see as we review those 3 films or 4 films that the Next Generation lot did. But that's what they did. So there was a precedent there. But what I'm saying about this is basically, I get the feeling because they are moving on from Doctor Who very quickly, they don't want to talk about it. They've got other fish to fry, as Ghost the movie actually illustrates beautifully, I think. They can do it when they want to.
Yeah. They just don't want to.
They just don't want to, Paul. That's what I think anyway.
Well, again, when it was doing well, up to say late Matt Smith, when it was doing well, they didn't want to.
Yeah.
Well, Moffat,
which is madness. That's utter madness.
Yeah.
I remember there was some where BBC Studios, in all honesty, were rumoured to be wanting a film, and Moffat did say no. I don't know if that's true. It was a rumour at the time. Smith was the Doctor at the time. He didn't want it there. He was too busy with the TV series because, of course, he would have wanted to write the movie. And I understand that. Who needs another Doctor Who movie after Peter Cushing, says Funky? I don't think Doctor Who does. But I genuinely believe Doctor Who is a TV show. And I think BBC One is its natural home. But, the whole thing about it, what my point is by saying is, BBC, with its production partners, and the whole thing we've been talking about here now with Lindsay Saltz, going back to the HBO streaming deal, the BBC can do it when they want to. They've got BBC Films, which is part of BBC Studios. They can have these partners. They've got Monumental involved there. They can raise the money and they can distribute it. So if they can do that for a film based on a cult television show, and I don't know what channel, Paul, it was brought on, BBC Three probably.
I think so. It was originally, I think, on a BBC Three. I think it went to, or BBC Two, they went to BBC One because it was doing really well.
Right, because it was promoted. Okay.
Yeah.
But if they can do things like that, it just shows to me, and my personal opinion is, they just don't want to with Doctor Who. They don't want to do a new series. They don't want to distribute it themselves. There's something else there. I think it's just now all about money. They want American money to do it.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for the Chase movie, to be fair, but maybe one day.
I just thought it was an interesting story when all these things come together. And you can see we've got the Lindsay Saltz story, we've got the Zy Bennett story, who views, we've got the HBO thing there, and now we've got Ghosts the movie.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there for you all to think of. Do you know what I mean, guys? I think there's a message coming here, and I think there's going to be a small minority of Doctor Who fans that are very disappointed come Boxing Day.
They've got other fish to fry, that's the thing. Yeah.
Something's afoot, something's going on, and that's going to be the end of it. I genuinely think that, because the resources are there, the people to do it is there, they've got the connections to do it, as they proved with this thing. Ghosts the movie, they just don't want to. There's no interest. It's a dead duck.
No, I think it's cancelled. It really is.
I'm just putting it out there, everybody. I want you to go and think. I want you to go and think about it, because they keep pushing people away from it. The subject of Doctor Who. Oh, here's the party line. Move on. Oh, we've got this brand new project for you. Look at this. Oh, we're doing Ghost of the Movie. Look at this. Oh, we've got this going on. Oh, we're winning. Oh, we've got award-winning.
Yes, look over there. There's something more interesting over there.
Yes.
Yeah. Call it diversion. Quick. Yeah.
It's just the feeling I get with this.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just the feeling I get. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Funky is saying to us, it's interesting how the newer IPs are getting the movies because they've got a newer, fresh audience.
Yeah.
And you know,
New Who's 20 years old, but he makes it old Who, doesn't it? To be honest.
Yes. So again, they've missed their opportunity, I think. you know, and they tested the water by, as you said, Ian, by putting certain episodes out at the cinema. Deep Breath, Day of the Doctor, the World Enough and Time thing. Was it? Oh,
and
no,
they did shooty stuff as well, didn't they? Unfortunately,
Yes, some of them have been in the films. We've reported on them, haven't they?
Yeah.
John Roberts is saying, I will go to the cinema to see Ghost the movie, but I won't be watching Doctor Who at Christmas. That's exactly the point, isn't it? Doctor Who no longer has that audience now.
Yeah.
If they spent the money on Doctor Who the movie, nobody would go apart from the minority, and it'd be in smaller screens all around the country, and some of the cinemas wouldn't even pick it up. But my point is here, coming away from the movie a little bit, if they can do Ghost the movie like that, why can't they do Doctor Who the television series like that?
Yeah.
And I think it's because, as Robert Payne is saying to us in the chat, Doctor Who is not a priority for the BBC anymore. That's the feeling.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
No. Stevie and Jeannie Frith say, mark my words, if it's not cancelled, it'll be the occasional trilogy of specials from now on, like Sherlock did. That would certainly possibly be cheaper for them. But the problem with that, as Paul's mentioned before here on Headlines, you can't build up your audience, Paul.
Yeah, it's like flogging a dead horse, isn't it, to be honest? I mean, as I said before, I think it needs an impactful series, a charismatic actor to play the part and to really bring people in. But you need episode time, you need airtime to do that, to capture an audience. And they've just lost it every year they've brought it back since Capaldi, I think, definitely, you know?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. And it didn't help with the whole DEI quota that cost the license fee payer millions to support, has it? Being shoved into the show. Dr. Wants, good to see you. Is no Doctor Who a bad thing? I don't think so. I agree with you. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. And are we missing it so far? No, we're not. Well, a minority is, and we all know the minority. And I warned about this last year, or when that series was on. I warned it's not going to come back anytime soon after this because it's crap. It's doing really badly, and these kids are going to go, and some of them aren't kids, are going to freak out, and they are. It's frightening. It's frightening. I worry about them. Steve Braddock is saying, I loved Ghost. I'll definitely watch the movie. Robert Payne saying to us, there's no baggage attached to Ghost. That's the other thing, isn't it? Because with the BBC, they've always said, if you're going to do a movie, it has to be the Doctor that's on the television. Now, up to a certain point, I always agreed about that. But there's no Doctor on the television. Get Paul McGann in. Peter Davison for showrunner.
I think it doesn't really matter, to be honest, because they've had so many different Doctors. It'd be nice to have had Matt Smith in a movie, but they could have had someone else. You know, in the same way they did with Peter Cushing, someone who was maybe internationally bankable. You know what I mean? That's what they wanted. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Dirty Davros quite rightly saying to us, Moffat wrote the Adventures of Tintin film for Spielberg and Steve Jackson, both of whom were Doctor Who fans, but there was no Doctor Who film. Yeah, and it was while he was writing the Adventures of the Tintin film that, of course, RTD filmed him.
Yeah.
And that's why there was no sequel.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not reiterating the fact that we need a film. I don't think we do. I'm just reiterating the fact that I think the whole point of this is that they can do things when they want to do things, and they've got a property they genuinely believe in. So my point is basically, I think Doctor Who's finished. I think it's over, and I don't think the BBC believe in it anymore, thanks to the crap that RTD pushed out for 3 years. And I think it's done now. I really do. We'll get the Christmas 2026 episodes, and then according to Zy Bennett from BBC Studios, then they're going to look at the future.
I think pushing it out is a good way to describe it, GT, I have to say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, we've got a lot of you in the chat talking about this particular one. We just don't know what's going to happen with it next. But when it comes to the Christmas 2026 episode, of course, we're going to start to hear about it, possibly even this week. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel and ring that bell to get notifications of when we go live, because we are expecting to start hearing things sooner rather than later. And I don't think any of it's going to be that exciting, but we're going to be talking about it right here on Headlines on Who's Views, to be quite honest. Let's see what they've got to scare us, enthrall us and entice us and get us excited. Yeah, so that's it. Have a think about that, what we're putting out to you, Who Views, because I think we're going to be talking about it as BBC Studios start to tell us more about what their plans for Doctor Who after 2026 are. At the moment, they can say Doctor Who's still in production because it is, and it's going to be for 2026. But who knows what happens after that? Keep it all in mind. I want to say a huge thank you to everybody for joining us this evening. You've been a great audience as ever. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for being wonderful in the chat as well. Thank you for being very, very respectful to each other. I want to say a huge thank you to Problem Being as well for our brand new theme tune for our up and coming reviews of the Sarah Jane Adventures. I love it. Thank you so much. That will be arriving on the channel as a wee video for you, so you can listen to it over and over and over again, getting ready for when we launch that with Invasion of the Bane in a few weeks' time. It's going to be this month for you. What date did they give out, guys? Was it the 19th?
It was the 19th, due to my availability. So yeah.
That's right. It's going to be, get him. Yeah, Sarah Jane Adventures Invasion of the Bane review on the 19th of March, live at 8 o'clock here on the channel. And I also want to say a huge thank you to Phil Roy, again, for giving us that track from his up-and-coming fan film, Doctor Who Meets the Scorpion. Do you want to hear it again? Do you want to hear that again, everybody? Yeah. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Do you want to hear what Phil sent us again? Do you?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Problem Being saying to us here, great chat, guys. I'm so glad you love the piece, JT. Love is an understatement. I can't get over it. I've been listening to it over and over again since you sent it to me, PB. It's absolutely stunning. I absolutely love it. Absolutely. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you. I'll speak to you in the week via the email. Thank you, everybody, for saying thank you for the show. Thank you for joining us. Good night to you all. I think it's an absolute yes. We're going to have to play it again, aren't we? So we'll play out with this from Philip Roy. Here's some of his incidental music from Doctor Who Meets the Scorpion, coming soon. From Third Doctor Ian and Paul, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Great fun again.
Yep.
We'll see you all very soon here on Who's Views. Ta-ra, everyone. Good night.
Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.